Okay, is this working? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Whoops. Hey, Justin. Can you guys can hear me then? I'm assuming by that, yeah, it means you can hear me. Okay, cool. Just making sure. What's up, guys? Kaiju no Kami here for this Saturday morning live stream Q&A number 3. 3, not 1. That's 1. This is 3. I can't count apparently. Lack of sleep. Very lack of sleep. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. I see there was a good conversation going in here, which was nice. Always gotta love when people are chatting with each other. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, 10 people watching. Cool. All right, so before I start answering questions, just hope you all have been doing well in this really awkward, confusing, annoying, frustrating time. I just actually scheduled my Sailor Stars review for Tuesday afternoon, 5:30 p.m. Because I finished that review last night, just did my quality check of the video, and there's some minor error that I can't fix that's stuck in the video permanently. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. Just finished reading an omnibus on Morbius for all his material from the 70s and part of the 80s, or 1980 technically. And been playing Destroy All Humans because this game is a lot of fun. And it's... So yeah, I've been having a blast with this. All right. So let's see the first question. Which Sentai rider entry you would consider the Mega Man X7 of their respective franchise? So basically, which Sentai rider series would be as bad as like Mega Man X6 and X7? Sentai would be Go-Onger and Q-Ranger. Kamen Rider would be Ghost and Decade. Decade just had a lot of potential that went nowhere, kind of like what X7 did. Ghost is like X6 because it was just a nightmare a production nightmare all around. All right. This is a question for you and Kurelika. What is your favorite anime? My favorite is Gankutsu. Kurelika is not here right now. She's at work. She should be home, depending on how long this goes for. She may be home before we finish the stream, and I can always have her do that one after. Her favorite anime, do I even know what her favorite anime is? Because she loves so many. Fruits Basket is not her favorite. Well, actually, maybe Fruits Basket is her favorite anime. Because Hanayori Dango is her favorite manga. No. Her favorite anime is, wow. I'll just let her answer that. All right, let's see. Oh, and by the way, there was Russian Wanderer that asked about Sentai and Rider being like Mega Man. And Ian Benjamin, Sabizma Show, asking about our favorite anime series. I have done a top 10 anime series video, even though I kind of forgot to put a few things on there that I wish I had. So I might actually end up doing like another top 10 anime video at some point, because I want to get a little bit more series I forgot about on there. Let's see. I was first. Randomness 86. Did you ask a question first? Let me see. Did I miss a question from you? No, I don't. Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait a minute. There were some questions up here, actually. Donnie Idrizi asked thoughts on Kira Major. So far, Kira Major has been a lot of fun. We actually have not watched it since, well, before it went on break, because we're only up to episode 8. Where we have been rewatching Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex because we wanted to get to the Netflix show 2045, which we started yesterday because we finished Standalone Complex. And if it wasn't for the fact that it's called Ghost in the Shell, I would not be continuing to watch the show. Let me just put it that way. The animation sucks, the lip sync is awful, and the music is just dreadful. It sounds like music that belongs in Inception, not Ghost in the Shell. But Kira Major, so we're planning after we finish this 2045 to finally catch up on Kira Major, and we'll most likely be doing a video on that. All right, scrolling back down. Why don't you like Decade, Justin Gay? Because the series had no ending. It had no idea what it wanted to be. They recast all the actors for the Heisei Riders, which was awful. And I don't understand the point of that, especially when they appeared later on, but then there was nothing out of it. The other issue I hated about Decade is when they went into doing the Showa universe, it's like the whole thing was supposed to be a celebration of the Heisei era, but then it felt like, oh, well, we ran out of ideas, so let's just bring in the Showa stuff and bring in Shocker. And it just didn't work, which was a shame because Decade had a really cool soundtrack. I really liked the music to that show. The Ian Benjamin Sabisma show was first. It doesn't matter. Okay, Randomness 86. Does anyone here like 5Ds or GX or OG Yu-Gi-Oh? Some of them. I don't like GX. Was not a fan of GX at all. Although I did like Asuka's brother. I can't think of his name now. I thought he had a good arc throughout the show. And I did like Yubel. But no, I didn't think GX was that good. I liked the concept of GX. I just didn't like the execution of GX. 5Ds, I enjoyed the first half of the show when it was all the Signer arc and all the Mayan mythology. And then after they defeated Godwin, I thought the show should have ended right there. Wait, Dark Signers was after. No, Dark Signers was the Godwin arc. Yeah. I felt the show should have ended right there, but it just kept going, and I lost my interest. OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you mean the Duel Monster series or the Season 0 one? Because I thought Season 0 was actually garbage. Duel Monsters, I love and hate at the same time. I love the music. I love the intensity of some of the duels. I love getting to see some of the good stuff in the manga arc, from the manga adapted. But I hated how they kidified the adaptation, and I hated how they ruined the Pharaoh's Memories arc by having the Diadonks, the discs, and everything, because that just didn't make sense. But I did like how they reversed the Preseto and Atem duel to be before the big battle, since it didn't make sense to be after the big battle, since Atem was supposed to be put into the puzzle with Zork's soul, so it wouldn't make sense having it come after. Saber makes me think of Gurren Lagann. For Kamen Rider Saber, I am not impressed right now. It's the writer of Ghost and the director of Q Ranger in charge of the show, and the designs have not blown me away either. I don't know. And we just had a series that started with 5 writers. Let's go back to a series that only has 2 writers now. We just did 5. Go back to 2. The other thing I'm sick of with Kamen Rider are evil writers. The villains nowadays are just evil versions of the Kamen Riders. It's like, what's the point of even having Monsters of the Week anymore? And if they want to do 5 writers at the start of a series, then cancel Sentai and just go to Kamen Rider. Change it to Kamen Sentai Rider Man or Kamen Sentai Rider. Okay, I know, right? Let's see that. So that was Jake Schuster for Gurren Lagann. Randomness, I know, right? Shinobi, favorite and least favorite Japanese only Ultra shows. What do you mean by Japanese only? Oh, I'm assuming then you mean not like the Towards the Future and Powered Up and all that stuff. Least favorite is Ultra 7X. Ultra 7X was just garbage. Favorite is the original Ultra 7. Go figure. I have one Ultra 7 series as my top favorite and one Ultra 7 series as the worst of them all. And it's one of the worst Toku series in my book. Jake Skywalker. Is it just me or do you have... Oh, is it just me or do you despise post-Shinkenger Toku? I haven't heard you give a single compliment to recent tokusatsus. Well, for Sentai, I love Gokaiger, but I haven't really liked any Sentai show after Gokaiger. It's like Zyuohger's not bad. Kyuruger has some good stuff going in there, and then a lot of bad stuff. And Go Busters had some good ideas, but yeah, I have not enjoyed any Sentai show after Gokaiger. Most of it, I don't know what it is. I feel like that they're just half-assing, although Kira Major so far has been showing a lot of promise from what I've seen. So who knows? Kira Major feels like a mid-2000s show. So hopefully that trend will continue so I can finally say, oh my god, there is a Sentai, post-Gokaiger Sentai series I really, really like. This message is held for review. Fuck Ultraman. Why? What's wrong with Ultraman? Okay, let's see. Now, I'm assuming you just mean Sentai, because I've given a lot of praise to the Ultraman shows in the last several years. And there was Garo Makai Senkai was amazing. Garo Makai no Hana was not bad. Kamen Rider, for the most part, I've been enjoying 0-1. It's just got little frustrating aspects that really annoy me. Let's see. Necron. I may try to watch the new Rider series, Saber. The trailer looked pretty good and the suits are amazing. I'll watch the first few episodes to do a video on it. I don't know. Zangyok or DeBoss? Zangyok, because you at least had oh my god. What is his name? Blue Ranger's former master. That the prince kept like crying out his name. It's been so long since I watched Gokaiger, now I've forgotten the dude's name. But Zangyok. D-Boss didn't even get a final battle because it just the boss was like, yeah, I'm not the final boss. The final boss is in another show. Favorite Saber design, mine is Genbu one. I've only seen Blades, which is gonna be weird because there's already a Kamen Rider Blade. But Blades, I like the blue, and I've only seen Saber as well. I haven't seen the others. Ian Benjamin Sabisma Show. Just to let you know, my last name is Dutch, so that is why it's hard to pronounce. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I've being that I sub a lot and that I'm a substitute teacher, I see a lot of names that are hard to pronounce, and some names you're like, am I how? Like I had one student one time, I'm doing the attendance, and I'm like, okay, our sheet, and he's just like, it's our shit. I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. And then there was another student, his name was Shatid, but it was spelled like shithead. So yeah, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Sasha Darwin, I think, is the best master that did on Doctor Who. Who is your favorite version of the Evil Time Lord? From Don McCullen. Missy. I like Missy. And then Delgado, his version of the master. Darwin, I don't know. I mean, Darwin did a really good job. He was channeling Delgado, but the way they had him go out in the season finale, I felt just ruined him. Then again, that I just think that season after Spyfall, actually not, yeah. Well, yeah, technically after Spyfall, the entire season just went downhill. Outside of the Tesla episode and the Ghost Cyberman one, but yeah, I think they completely messed up Darwin at the end of it all. But Missy is my favorite, and then Delgado's version. Inner Salad. Thoughts on Fives? It was meant for me. The misunderstandings, Kaiser being an asshole, Go Green being annoying, the ending, and people pulling power-ups has ruined it. I give Fives a 6 out of 10. I liked Fives for the most part for the first 40 episodes. I thought I loved the Lucky Clover group. I felt Fives started off. Oh, Krillika's home already? I thought she was working later. I felt I felt the series started out a little bit slow, but then once Mr. J and Lucky Clover came in, things picked up, and I was really enjoying it for the most part, outside of them like trading off belts like it's an STD, passing it around. And then something happens with one of the Orphanox in episode 40, and then the whole show went downhill. They brought in that group, the Orphanox Hunters, and you're home early.
Yeah, they finished up early today.
I expected you to be not home for another hour.
Nope.
Anyway, so what's your favorite anime series? One person wanted to know.
Mine?
Yes.
I had to choose.
I don't know if they can hear you, but.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's not Fruits Basket. Is it Fruits Basket? No.
No, actually, it would be Hanayori Dango.
Well, I said would your favorite manga.
And, well, okay.
Because you hated the anime.
Well, manga and live action. Fruba, then Fruits Basket.
So it would be Fruits Basket. All right, I was right. It is Fruits Basket if you didn't hear that. All right. But yeah, so Fives, I fell apart in the last 10 episodes.
I liked Fives.
What is that?
The zucchini.
A zucchini. Okay. But yeah, I don't know what I'd give it right now. I need to rewatch it beforehand.
I need to rewatch Deno.
All right, randomness. Doctor Who is garbage. So you hate Ultraman. You hate Doctor Who. Okay.
Leave it alone.
Hey, it's fine. All right, Necrom. Also, speaking of Fruits Basket, I'm actually watching the 2019 one and didn't realize that the first opening was sung by Beverly.
Yes. She's the one who did Build.
Oh, the Build opening. Okay.
Yeah. I was very impressed. I'm still iffy on the second opening.
Who sings the second opening?
I don't know who sings it.
Oh.
I just am iffy about it.
All right, randomness. Okay. Hey, randomness, good luck on it. Jake Schuster, have you picked up any henshin devices? Yes, we have quite a few. I showed when I was doing the stream on my phone, stream number 1, I showed the henshin devices. I really have to clean up the toy room a little bit so I can do a video of recording all the collection in there and put that video out. I've been meaning to do that for a while, but stuff just keeps happening. Random 86, yes. Random is fine. Kamen Rider 64. Hey, Kaiju, what's up? Darth Madeira. How's it hanging, Kaiju? Good for both of you. Justin Gay. God, Kaiju, calm down. No, I will not calm down. Okay.
You need to calm down.
Calm down for what?
You're insane.
Well, duh, I'm insane. All right. Let me click shell on that one so it can. Randomness 86. I know this is not Toku related, but does anyone here like Yu-Gi-Oh here? Didn't I just answer that? I thought I just talked about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Doesn't have to be Toku related.
Oh, no. He'd already asked about Yu-Gi-Oh. That might have been from before I answered the question.
Can you hand me the blanket? I need to sit down.
Wow.
I'll leave you alone in a few minutes.
Let's see. But yes, as I said, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, especially the first.
Sorry, I'm freezing, everyone.
How can you be freezing? It's like 90 degrees out.
I'm anemic.
Whatever. Let's see. Jake Skywalker. Is it just me or do you... Whoops, I already answered the one about Shinkinger. Oh, okay. I see. He probably just reposted because I didn't get to it when he posted it originally. Don't worry, I am going through these questions in order, so you don't need to repost them. Pokemon Trainer, I have a feeling the Decade is the Super Mega Force of Kamen Rider. I would say Kamen Rider. I've only seen a couple episodes of Mega Force, but
it was terrible.
I would say Decade is way better than Mega Force and Super Mega Force. Ugh. Benjamin's the Bisma Show. Instead of Shocker, how about Destron of Gorgum? Hey, I'm all for Gorgum. Gorgum's awesome. I love the Gorgum. Black.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No. I hate black.
GX feels so relatable because I'm in high school. All right, that makes sense.
I actually like the episodes I've seen of GX. I prefer OG, mainly because I really enjoyed the Battle City arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! But GX was pretty good. I haven't seen too many beyond that. I know we watched some of 5Ds.
And then we watched a few of Varane's.
And I haven't seen Zexel, is it?
No, I didn't even... I gave up on Zexel after 2 episodes, so I didn't even bother showing you any. And I don't remember if...
I'm getting tired of Shocker coming back. It's the same shit every time. At least they stop with the Tyson movies. I actually have to agree with you, kind of, Necron.
Shocker is getting boring.
Yeah.
It's not shocking anymore. All right. Thoughts on Pirate Rap from Russian Wanderer?
I don't know Pirate Rap. I know Pirate Death Metal, which I like, but I will have to look for Pirate Rap. Is this an actual thing? Or is it something from a show? Because now I'm curious.
So randomness, I enjoyed 5Ds because of the theme song.
Yeah, the theme songs for... Actually, the theme songs for a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series were really good. I couldn't complain about those.
Zane Mitchell, when will your Deku Ranger be ready to go?
When he finishes watching the damn thing, because every time I come home, it's like, are you going to watch Deku Ranger or are you going to play Destroy All Humans?
No. No, I'm up to episode 40 of Deku Ranger, so I'm hoping to finish the series next week, and then I have all the movies to watch. The Versus Alba Ranger movie, the 10 Years Later movie, the Girls in Trouble Gavin movie, and then the Versus Gavin movie. So I'm hoping to get that review out by the end of August.
Ooh,
along with Thunder Mask.
I can answer the next one really easily. The Russian Wanderer. Where's Sentai Mecha? We call it Cluster Fucko.
From Shinkinger.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that's the worst, though.
Oh my God, the poor man must...
Yeah, but...
I actually think they wanted to kill that
I think the worst mecha is the Zyuohger mecha. The Minecraft blocks.
They weren't the worst, but I can see where you're coming from.
Zexel's a piece of crap.
No, that's fair.
8 mean... I mean Season 0. Yeah, I didn't like Season 0 for... Yu-Gi-Oh! The animation was terrible. Again, they still, even though they were doing the early parts of the manga, they still dumbed down the aspect by making like the guy who gets set on fire an illusion instead of it being him actually set on fire. Let's see, what do you think about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s? Do you think they will make it in English? I haven't watched anything on 7s. I've only seen...
Isn't that the one where it's...
That's the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. And the main character actually doesn't have... He has, like, normal-looking hair. He doesn't have all, like, unrealistic... Well, it's still unrealistic anime hair, but not to the extent of what you normally expect from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist.
Is that a bad thing?
Yes. The hair is the main attribute of Yu-Gi-Oh's main character.
I kind of thought it was the card games.
Oh.
You skipped a whole bunch.
Yep.
Wow, you're terrible at this.
You say that every time.
I know, because you are.
Go away.
I can. I'll take a nap. I've worked.
Good morning. When will the Heisei Riders reviews be coming? I'm right now not touching Kamen Rider because I don't know what the plans are with Shout Factory.
Truthfully, I disagree with him, but it's his choice.
I want to wait to see what they're planning. I'm hoping they will do physical discs. So right now I'm not going to touch anything Kamen Rider, which is fine because I've got all the Ultraman releases from Mill Creek and a lot more Sentai to get through and some more Metal Hero series I want to do. Pokemon Trainer Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters was BS, the card game. Yeah, that's because the card game wasn't even an official card game at that time. So there were no set rules, because even in the manga there were no set rules. When he gets to Battle City, that's when the card game actually started to come out and had rules.
I'm going to unplug it for a few minutes.
Why?
Because it's 100%.
And this battery will last forever. It's a MacBook.
Whatever. Commander 64. Who would you choose as your Digimon partner?
Devilmon. Mainly because the name sounds cool.
Piedmon. I liked Piedmon.
Truthfully, I don't know as much. It's shame on me. I really don't know as much about Digimon as I do about Pokemon.
I only watched the first 2 seasons of. Well, actually, I didn't even watch the whole first season. I wasn't really into the first season.
Because when did it come out?
I'm trying to think.
Because I think I was in high school.
98?
Okay, yeah. So I graduated high school when it came out. I think it was 98. So,
90.
Yeah, no, it was 98, 99. I think it came out because the problem was I was starting college. God, that makes me feel so damn old right now. But I think I was either graduating high school or starting college when Digimon came out. So, at least in the States, so I didn't have a chance to watch it because it was rarely on when I was home. But if you ask me my favorite Pokemon, it would be Charizard. But no, I think it was Devimon, if that's the correct name for it. Devimon?
The Elvis dude?
Yes. Why not?
All right. Randomness, I don't know. Season 1 was good. Pokemon Trainer Salads. Sentai Kamen Rider exists. It's called Kyoruger.
Yeah.
She Smithers. Hey, Kaiju. He Smithers. Bronca 38. Hey, yo. Hey. Back. Randomness 86. I hated Zexel so much because the character was a complete dumbass. It was good in season 2 and 3. GX is relatable. Arc V gave me 5D's vibes for some reason in season 2 because motorcycle duels. I didn't stick that long for Arc V. In fact, I think Arc V is where I finally just really gave up on Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's when Konami did their whole BS. The other character I did like for GX was Edo Phoenix. Grant Awa. Have you heard of Ambassador Magma, aka the Kyoshi Hero? Ambassador Magma, it sounds familiar, but I can't think of him offhand. What's your favorite Sentai monster from Justin Gay? My favorite Sentai monster. I'm assuming you mean Monsters of the Week.
I would say the one from Kaku Ranger. The one that was Gravestone.
That's Die Ranger, but no, that's not my favorite.
It was Die Ranger? I thought he appeared in Kaku Ranger.
You're thinking of President Tombstone?
Yeah.
Or whatever. No, that's one of the 3 Bakas in Die Ranger.
Oh, I thought the 3 Bakas were in Kaku. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. But the 3 Bakas, I adored them because they were ridiculous.
Favorite monster of the week. Let's see. Well, I like Lipstick Songstress in Die Ranger. And
I like any horror movie type monsters of the week. That's what really gets me for Sentai is whenever I could have like a horror movie theme type stuff going on.
It'd be probably Lipstick Strongstress from Die Ranger, or oh god, the Hell's Gate member in Time Ranger who just like goes on the murdering spree. I can't think of his name now. Probably one of those two. All right. Grantawa Kyodai Hero before Ultraman, not Kyoshi.
Probably.
Oh, Brother Hero before Ultraman, not Kyoshi. Oops, I keep. Before Ultraman. So like before Ultraman.
OG Ultraman?
I'm not sure what. Can you clarify what you mean on that one, and I'll come back to you. Everything is wrong with Ultraman. Okay. UGC kit.
Well, there's one message hold for review.
Yeah, those ones are just F-bombs.
Oh.
Kamen Rider 64. What was the last Sentai you thought was good?
Oh, God, that's a loaded question.
We already kind of talked about that. Gokaiger. Definitely the Gokaiger. Although Kira Major spins feeling like an early 2000s series.
Kyoruger.
No, Gokaiger.
Carnival mode. Kyoruger.
Kyoruger messed a lot of its stuff.
The dinosaur Kyoruger, by far, I have a ton of their gimmicks. It was a great series. He's an asshole.
What was the last? That we just did that. Nolan Ueno. Who are your top 5 favorite female characters in the Ultraman series?
I don't know all of their names, but I would say the 2 main female characters in Jeed. I can't remember their names, and it's terrible.
Okay. So Anne in 7. I do like the sister in Return of Ultraman. The commander in Tiga.
I would say that one of the commanders in. Oh God, we just
the one lady
it.
Who plays Jobby in Nexus.
Yes.
And Arisa in Ginga's 2nd season.
Mm-hmm.
Also
the commander from, was it X? Don't they have that police force? The commander that's with the guy? Am I thinking is it X?
Which commander?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Because we watched the movie recently.
Okay. You're talking about Tachibana?
Yes, Tachibana.
Who actually takes on the form of Nexus in one episode.
Yes, Tachibana.
All right. I think I said 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want an English dub of 01 on Verve right now. I'm okay with just subs, but I would be cool if they would stream Kamen Rider legally for the newest series, like Ultraman Z is doing. Moe Kita Yoshilucky.
Mote Kita Yoshilucky.
Why is Aruto better than Lucky? Because that's how you know it's Aruto.
Now, I think the reason why
he's competent.
Well, okay. So I think where people are coming along with that is because they're both very positive, hyper, hopeful. I think the writing is very different for the 2 of them. And I also think it's the acting style of the actual actors themselves that helps to make the characters better. Aruto's actor, you actually feel like he genuinely connects with the character versus the actor who played Lucky. He actually felt like he was trying to compensate to work with the script, so he actually felt disjointed of the character. So that's why I think Aruto is better.
I just think he's better because he's a competent character and doesn't just get by because the story is written around him and he knows it.
So Patty, hello.
Branka, what is the latest episode of Ultraman Z? We haven't watched 6 or 7 yet.
Yeah, we'll be watching those hopefully tomorrow.
After we do the Ghost in the Shell 2045. Grantawa, what are your thoughts on Sinful Gear since Aoyuki was in Kamen Rider Ghost and pays tribute to the franchise by having a motorcycle riding heroine in the scarf? I actually have not seen Sinful Gear, so I know
What's
nothing of
Sinful
it.
Gear?
It's an anime.
Oh, wow. That was very helpful.
Oh, I've never watched it, so I can't tell you.
Well, I'm going to look it up so I know what's going on.
But Guyzorg. Guyzorg was the guy's name in Gokaiger. I was trying to... Wait, that's a Bizorg? No. Guyzorg? Gyrazorg? What? Yeah, something like that. Barizorg. Is it Barizorg?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barizorg. Random. Let's see.
Oh, you missed one for Shay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go to. Shay Smithers, do you have any favorite indie comics like stuff from Vertigo, Dark Horse, Image, etc.?
Oh, God, yeah. There is Lady Mechanica, which is, I can't remember who produces it. I'm a huge fan of Dark Horse comics. Basically anything with death, delirium.
That's Vertigo.
Yeah, I said Vertigo.
No, you said Dark Horse.
I meant Vertigo. I've always loved their comics.
And they're all DC now.
I know, that's the hard part. Image, I actually like Strike Force and Cyber Force. Those, I don't know if they're still around anymore. Those were more 90s and mid-2000 comics.
Wildcats was cool when it was with Image.
Yeah, Wildcats was good when they're Image. Basically, think of X-Men, but more cyberpunkish, because it really was. They actually had a lot of my favorite characters for that. Yeah, I actually really enjoy a lot of indies. I'm also a huge fan of Zine Scopes comics, like Grimm's Fairy Tales and everything like that.
Grimm's Fairy Tales and more Grimm's Fairy Tales and more Grimm's Fairy Tales and more Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Yes. If you haven't seen anything for Zine Scope, for Grimm, I would definitely look at their Alice in Wonderland series and Peter Pan. Both are really good.
Randomness. Can you start playing Roblox, please, Kaiju? No.
What's Roblox?
Don't worry about it.
What's Roblox?
Don't worry about it. It's a toy thing.
I want to know.
All right, Gokai's rival is Barizorg. Yes, Irene, we got that now. All right, Russian Wonder, thoughts on Autobot Megatron?
Wait, what?
What? Autobot Megatron?
He's not an Autobot. He's a Decepticon.
Yeah, Megatron's a Decepticon. There is no Autobot Megatron. All right. What are some DCEU extended universe movies you would love to see from DC characters? All right.
Good Green Lantern. Ooh, a Red Lantern Corps movie would be awesome.
All right. Well, grindhouse horror movie like Spectre.
Oh, absolutely.
Dr. Fate.
Well, Grindhouse would also work for Constantine as well.
Yeah, but we have a perfect Constantine on TV. They won't pick him.
But they're ruining.
But they won't have. They won't hire him to do it in the movies.
But no, Grindhouse type horror for Spectre. I would say
a film noir, a neo-noir for The Question, a buddy cop comedy for Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
I would say, once again, still a good Green Lantern movie, and if something that you could do with the Red Lantern Corps, mainly because I love Dexstar, so anything with Dexstar would be awesome. And I don't know, a good movie with Darkseid, which will never happen. But then again, I want a good movie with Apocalypse, so it'll never happen either.
They could do a New Gods movie on just like maybe adapt The Pact.
Well, the problem is they'd have to put Batman or Superman in the movie.
Well, they could find a way to put Superman in there because he does cross over with the New Gods.
Just go to the next question.
But Necron, those would probably be my top ones. And a good Jonah Hex movie. I don't know why they didn't just like rip off True Grit or frickin' Tombstone for the last Jonah Hex movie.
They could just rip off any Western.
Rip off any already established Western and just put Jonah Hex characters in there, and you have a Jonah Hex movie.
Isn't there 312 to Yuma?
310 to Yuma.
310. Because that would have been a good Jonah Hex movie.
Well, True Grit would have been a good Jonah Hex movie. The remake of that.
That's true.
Unforgiven would have been a good Jonah Hex movie. Tombstone. All of these movies. You just change the character names and take the same plot. There you go. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. We're going to give Jonah Hex superpowers so he can talk to the dead. We're going to barely give him a scar. We're going to have Megan Fox, but we're not going to mess up her face.
Okay, all right. We need to move on. So
Okay, fine.
because he can go on for an hour. So
did you watch
no.
Q Ranger episode of Stinger? To me, it's a masterpiece. No, we did not.
Actually, is this a separate one?
That's the direct-to-video movie on Stinger. We never watched it because by that point we were done with Q Ranger.
I'll watch it though because I'm curious.
Well,
about
I'll have to
Stinger.
watch it when I review it at some point.
I'm gonna see. The one thing I love about the fact that he reviews these Sentai series is because he has to review the ones he absolutely hates. So it's almost like a pure form of torture for him, but for me, it's like karma.
All right. Let's see. Russian Warrior, thoughts on Beast Machines. I loved Beast Machines. It wasn't perfect, but I loved the whole concept of Megatron ruling Cybertron. Not to mention Megatron they really did a cool job with his voice for when he ruled Cybertron.
Beast, because
that's the sequel to Beast Wars.
Oh, okay.
Where they kind of shape-shifted from Beast to Bot instead of traditionally transformed.
Oh, yeah, because Waspinator was something else in it, right?
Was Jetstream.
Jetstream,
Chicks dig Loner Biker Bit. And Jetstorm, or no, Jetstorm was Silverbolt. Jetstorm was Silverbolt. Dirge, I think was the name for Waspinator. Because he was the bike one. And then Tankor was Rhinox. But yeah, I liked Beast Machines. I thought it was an interesting mythology. It tried to do something new. I liked the animation style, especially in one episode when they did this really cool sunset and had everyone in like shadows for it. I thought the music was great. It just didn't live up to Beast Wars. I also love when they brought in Obsidian and Strika when they acted like mindless drones and then cornered the Maximals, and they transformed. And they had Brian Dubson do this cool voice, like, yeah, ha, ha. They thought we were just mindless beasts, ha ha ha. All right, thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh? We've already gone through Zexo. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexo. I hated Zexo. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games in space. What happened to Justin Gay? No idea, but I see a lot of his messages have been retracted. Maybe he posted something and had to go or something and decided not to do them. Or I already answered.
Or he's here.
Or I already answered his question, so he removed them. Oh, he is here. Okay. Abranca, I hear her. Oh, probably from when you got home. Jake Skywalker, how come you haven't watched Garo versus Road yet? Because Garo never fights the damn Road. No, I haven't heard anything good about the show, and so yeah, maybe I'll get around to it at some point.
I want to. Hi, Russian Wanderer.
There's a Toku inspired anime manga called Guyver. Yep, familiar with it.
I watched it a long
I
time
saw
ago.
the American movie with Mark Hamill.
I never saw that one. I watched the anime.
Ugh. Don, I disagree. The Master has to come back. Doctor Who is always a person of mystery. I don't understand why people are mad about how the Time Lords came to be. Because it was Retcon Central.
It was different. I kind of feel like it was a little confusing.
And it completely contradicted established continuity. But the worst part is they didn't do it in an intelligent way. It was pretty much just shoved in there like, this is the only continuity now. All right. So, does not mean I am a JW fan of Doctor Who. JW. Oh, Whittaker. I actually think Whittaker is the best thing about... Whittaker and Yaz's actors are like the best thing about this entire run of Doctor Who.
I think that's the hard part. The disappointing thing is Whittaker does a great job with what she's given with. And I think the challenge is, being that they've written for over 50 years of male doctors, they haven't figured out how to write Whittaker as like truly a female doctor. So they keep it very gender neutral, which is fine because you don't need to have specific gender normatives to make a character good, but sometimes it would be interesting to see the counter experience of the female doctor having to deal with certain things that women have to deal with, whereas the male doctor has to do that all the time, having love interests, having...
And they only did that once in the Witchfinder General when she says, I wish I was a man right now.
Well, exactly. So it'd be interesting to kind of see how they would play off those things, not to go into a feminist perspective, because that's not my intent, but to try to see how they could play upon it, because it would be fun to see something different.
All right. Ronnie Little Strange. Had you seen Cyber Cops? It's a tokusatsu of Toho, same producer of Godzilla. Is a cool series. I have not seen that one.
I have never even heard of it. Sounds interesting.
So is it kind of like their Grand Caesar and not Justy Risers? That was a different series. Justy Risers was the second Grand Caesar series. Then there was another one, and then there was another from some other company called Ryu Kendo, which... But yeah, Cybercop's newer, like Grand Caesar, or is it older? Let's see. Randomness says he can't even finish the lyrics of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds because it's so fast. Why NG Ultra Rock? NG Ultra Rock? Ninja Gaiden Ultra Rock? Justin Gay, who's your favorite Dragon Ball Z's, Dragon Ball Super's character? Why don't you go first?
That's fine. Let's see.
What are you doing?
I don't like that one. But I would say for Dragon Ball, I would say it's Bulma. For Dragon Ball Z, it's Vegeta. And for Supers, I would say it's Whis, because mainly I just like really the troll-like characters of each of them, and I kind of feel like Bulma was really the troll there. And for Vegeta, I actually like the fall from grace as like the villain and then the redemption. Same thing for Supers. I do like how he became more of a redeemable character. He's the only, second to Piccolo, he's the only really good father of the series. So,
well, for me, Piccolo would be my favorite overall. But just very specific series for Dragon Ball, it'd be Tao Pai Pai. Dragon Ball Z, Frieza.
Why am I not surprised?
Dragon Ball Supers.
Well, 17 is also pretty good in Supers.
17's awesome, but
I'm surprised you won't go with Frieza there in Supers.
Well, because I'm trying to go with because Frieza's already. I'm trying to go with different characters for each one.
You know you want to go with Frieza.
No, for Supers, I'm going to go with Beerus.
See, I have to go with Whis because he is such a troll.
All right. Necron says, hello, Miss Kuraraka.
Hello, Necron. I love the name Necron.
Shay Smithers, you have all your reviews for Halloween month planned out this year. You don't have to do it this year if so, but I'd love to see you review Jaws at some point.
I would love to see him review Jaws. Actually, I'd love to see you review Jaws 3D. Just to troll you.
No. I will review Jaws at some point. I just don't know when.
I think it would be a great Halloween thing.
Not this year. Right now, Halloween month, I'm going to do, obviously, Halloween 2018, but with the delay of Halloween Kills, that review was originally going to be my first review of the month. Now it's going to be my last review. I'm probably going to do a top 10 of the 80s Twilight Zone series.
I thought you did 80s. I thought it was the 2000s.
No, I did top 10 2000s.
Oh.
And because I wanted to get that over with.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never want to watch those episodes again. Whereas the 80s, I'll at least rewatch the episodes before I do my list. Not all of them were that bad. Other than that, I don't know. I
bought the Pet Shop of Horror anime, so I might, or OVA, I might see about having him review that.
Not this year. I haven't figured out what I'm doing for Halloween month yet, and I need to get that figured out more sooner rather than later. Now that we're in August and October's 2 months away, holy crap! We'll see what happens. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I'll have time to get through Maji Ranger to do especially with Oh, well, obviously there'll be an Ultraman review in Halloween month since Ruby comes out that month.
Zeo King Silver, hi! And we have not watched Ninja Steel. We're actually, ironically, talking about it yesterday because since you just recently watched Ninja.
Well, recently as in 9 months ago.
I know, but you watched it not long ago and you had talked about how you need to watch that.
Would you ever review the Jurassic Park World movies?
That would be a good idea.
It depends.
Monsters.
No, it depends on how the copyright claims go with YouTube.
Oh.
Because Jaws is from Universal, so if I get a lot of copyright, if I were to review Jaws first and I get a lot of copyright claims, I will not touch Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Just because it's not worth it if I'm going to get a lot.
I just want you to read Russian Wanderer's question because I want to see how you read it.
Did I introduce Scatman Ski Bop Da Boop Poop Pop Da Ski Bop Da Pop to you? Yes, you did.
I just like Scatman, so.
Ronnie, you little stranger, black is a god.
Yeah. The problem for me with Black is I actually found it incredibly boring.
Oh, he's talking about Kamen Rider Black?
Yes.
I thought it was Goku Black. But yeah, no.
Well, Goku Black is a god too, but Kamen Rider Black, I think you think of it as a god.
Yeah,
but.
Kamen Rider Black is amazing. It's the second greatest Kamen Rider series out there. There is no denying it, so you need to lay off.
He's lucky I love him. 20 years next March.
Don McCullen, my favorite doctor in order of appearance, Pertwee, Davison, McCoy, Tennant. Mine would be... Ow.
Karma.
Mine would be... Wow. Tom Baker, whose third season comes on Blu-ray this week. Yes. David Tennant.
Well, he was going in order of appearance.
Oh, in order of appearance. So my top favorites would be not Pertwee.
You mean
Troughton, Tom Baker, McCoy, and David Tennant.
See, I like Capaldi too.
Yeah, but he's not my top favorite.
The Ian Benjamin Sybesma show. I don't know if I asked you this, but what is your guys' favorite Universal horror movie?
The Mummy
OG,
from 1932.
OG Universal horror movies. I would actually have to agree with you there. Then it would be Dracula.
Mine would be Creature from the Black Lagoon and then The Wolfman.
I really, but then again, I like the book Dracula, so I like anything that goes along with that. I just like everything horror.
Can people agree that Zexel is garbage? I don't think anyone denied that.
Yes, so I think we all agree. Kind of. I've not seen it, but I'm assuming it is. Zeo King Silver, yes, I am also tired. That shocker, they no longer interesting. I agree. Pirate Rap is from One Piece 4 Kids version. Oh, that!
Ugh.
I actually, well, okay. Guilty secret. I did not mind the 4 Kids One Piece. It was by no means as good as Funimation's dub, but I actually thought, as a guilty pleasure, it wasn't as bad as anything else 4 Kids has done because I've seen quite a few. So, okay, now I remember, and yes, I actually enjoyed that.
Thoughts on Meal Pop cereal meme on TikTok?
I actually don't. The biggest thing I love watching on TikTok is rolled ice cream. I'm not a big TikTok fan.
I've heard of TikTok, but I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I'll have to educate you.
I did a review on Deku Ranger. Cool. What did you think of the series, Zeo King? Tom Baker's overrated and wore out his welcome, but given the times, I don't blame him for staying as long as he did. John Nathan Turner becoming producer kind of told it's the end, but
yeah, I agree.
I do agree Baker overstayed his welcome. He did not need to be there for 7 seasons. I think he should have left with season 4 after with with the time invasion one when Leela left. He should have been regenerated there because his other 3 seasons felt completely different from the first 4 seasons. Because even though season 4 felt different from the first 3 because it was after Hinchcliffe was gone, you still had some stuff that still felt like it belonged with the other seasons. Even though the tonal shift was pretty bad in the second half. But yeah, I agree that Tom Baker, I don't agree that he's overrated. There's a reason he's the best because he was the best, but he did wear out his welcome.
I can see, though, how somebody can think he was overrated because even when I started watching Doctor Who, all I was told, and I had not watched Classic Who at that time, was it's Tom Baker this, Tom Baker that, Tom Baker this. And you're like, okay, this dude is severely overhyped. And usually when somebody is severely overhyped, I usually end up hating them.
But the first 3 seasons are the best seasons of Doctor Who, period, in my book.
So then we have Necron. Yeah, Deku Ranger is like the Deno of the movies.
It just keeps on coming.
You know,
Pokemon.
I have thoughts. I like Deno. Come on.
Deno just couldn't stop coming. All right, Pokemon Trainer Salad. Is your favorite Sentai Ranger a Die Ranger? For example, my favorite Sentai Time Ranger is Demon Time Yellow, despite being my favorite Sentai being Mega Ranger.
Yeah, most likely.
No.
Who is your favorite Sentai Ranger?
Jiraiya from Kaku Ranger.
Oh, yeah, Dragon Ranger.
And then Matoi from Go-Go 5. No, not Dragon Ranger. Ninja Black.
Jiraiya. Oh!
Ninja Black,
That's
not
your
Barai.
Oh, I thought you said...
I said Jiraiya.
Go away. My favorite is from Hurricaneger. I know you know who it is.
Shinkinger. Or Shinkinger. Shurikinger.
Yes! I love Shurikinger.
Domon's cool in Time Ranger. I just finished rewatching Time Ranger. It was nice to watch it again subtitled. So I've watched it a million times raw.
You skipped some.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I hate when this thing just like jumps. Wow, it jumped pretty far.
Yeah, stop.
Right there.
Right there.
Okay. When are you doing Thunder Mask? Soon. I have all 8 episodes on my computer waiting to be watched. As soon as I finish Deku Ranger, I'm going to go through Thunder Mask. That review should hopefully be out. It's only 8 episodes, so hopefully it will hopefully be out this month with Deku Ranger, depending how long that review takes. Russian Wonder about where Sentai Mecha poor Hideaki Kusaka. Oh,
The actor.
yeah.
The suit actor. Don McCullen, still Tom Baker did great in Day of the Doctor. I will agree.
Oh, for his appearance with
Yes.
the museum in the museum.
Zeo King Silver.
Juoger Mecha sucked. Yep. I've checked all the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Irene Mojica.
Mohica. I'm assuming.
The only episode of Go Under I liked was 36 in the last 4 episodes. That's more than I liked.
Zeo King Silver. What is the worst villain?
Worst. I'm assuming Toku villain. Oh man.
I'm assuming worst as in just not even useful for the show. And if I did go that route, it would actually have to be for Lupin versus Bato Ranger because the big Zamigo did nothing! Nothing! While you're thinking, Commodore 64. Every time I hear that, I think of Nintendo. Season 0 animation was strange, but it was the late 90s after all. Yes, everything is weird in the 90s.
Randomness. Season 0 was only in Japan. It was very dark. I don't think it was as dark as it could have been. I think that it was pretty tame, especially the Death Tea arc was horrible in the anime. They completely bastardized that compared to the manga.
So think about your worst villain while I'm looking. Did anybody remember the old Boomerang logo? Oh, I actually like
From the channel Boomerang?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm assuming. I actually like the Boomerang logo. I actually really like Boomerang for what it was worth. I thought it was a great structure.
I think I probably would have to go with Zamigo.
Yvonne Till. I was watching Ultraman Z this morning and was so bugged about Zero being everywhere in like every Ultra show since his, and I think it's incredibly annoying. I kind of agree. They are rinsing and repeating. We haven't watched the most recent episodes, but I've seen trailers, so it's not like huge spoiler. But I will say that sometimes you do have a lot of commoner Ultramen that go between the series, so it does get a little disjointed. So I can appreciate that, and when I see it, I'll probably have very similar thoughts as well.
Berserk's thoughts on Berserk's forces from Russian Wanderer.
Berserk is in the manga?
I'm assuming so. I don't know.
Commodore 64. Digimon came out in 1999. Yes, so I was in college.
I was still in high school.
Go to hell. Randomness 64. That was the year when One Piece came out. Yes.
And the original Hunter by Hunter.
I didn't know that. The HX Hunter by Hunter voice. Actually, no, I did know that. Okay, I do know one of the voice actors had died.
Shake Smithers, thoughts on Seven Samurai. Might be my personal favorite movie. That's not any kind of sci-fi horror fantasy.
I haven't watched Seven Samurai. I know you have. I've watched the anime version of Samurai 7, which I really enjoy, so I feel like Seven Samurai would still be right up my alley.
I really like it. Yeah, at some point.
It's a Kurosawa movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to show it to her because I own it on the Criterion Blu-ray of it. But I really like it. I do think that there are some really slow-moving parts in the movie. I did love the scene when Kanbei shaves his hair off to pretend that he's a priest. And Kikuchi, I think is his name, is pretty awesome.
Thoughts on the Marvel Netflix series? Necron 002.
Daredevil, I liked.
I like Jessica Jones.
I only liked. We only watched the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, which I thought were really good. Jessica Jones, I thought the second season was better than the first season. Wow, kind of.
I like the Purple Man.
David Tennant was the saving grace for the first season. Luke Cage was phenomenal. Luke Cage was my favorite. Both of those seasons were top notch. I don't think they needed to be 13 episodes. They could have worked at 10. But Luke Cage, I love the Godfather styled ending of season 2 and was pissed that we never got a continuation of that. Iron Fist sucked.
Badri Bali. This week's episode of Ultraman Zet was
Punisher.
really good. Oh, I forgot about Punisher.
Yeah, we didn't watch Jessica Jones season 3 or Punisher season 2 because those shows got canceled by then. So it was like, what was the point? Yeah, this week's episode of Ultraman Zet was really good. Monster of the Week for me was Pumpkin Rapper from
Power
Rangers or Ju2.
Does anyone like Hunter x Hunter 99? I actually haven't watched it. I actually need to watch it because I like the theme of Hunter x Hunter.
Russian Wanderer, I hope you do a review of Kyoruger together with Kelly. Meh.
Really? Meh?
Meh.
Wow.
Meh.
A loving husband.
Meh. In your Battle Fever J review, what were you saying when you were editing all those bleeps?
He was saying complete gibberish.
Yeah, I was just saying gibberish.
There was nothing actually being said. It was just gibberish.
No, there were some.
I know, but nothing.
But yeah, it was just spewed out gibberish just to because I was gonna beep it all out anyway for dramatic effect.
I like Kyoruger. It has problems, but it was a fun show. At least it's more enjoyable than Ninja and Q Ranger. I agree completely, and that's my thought process on it. It's an enjoyable show, and some people just need to take it a little less seriously.
That's the problem. The show doesn't take itself seriously.
Okay.
I like No Song.
I'm not gonna sing Power Rangers Dino.
I don't even know the opening theme.
Singing Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Yeah.
I don't even remember them.
The female members and guys from Mabius. Okay, yeah,
Well, we haven't watched Ultraman Mabius.
I know, but I've heard about them. Do you think Thouser shouldn't be redeemed?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Yes, as in you think he shouldn't be?
I think he should be.
Nope. He should not be redeemed.
Sometimes I like seeing a fall from grace and a redeemable type character, so that's why I enjoy them.
He overstepped the path of irredeemability.
How? What did he kill?
When he set up the whole fire thing. When he intentionally had the belt put onto the dude to turn him into a monster.
I don't think that... We'll disagree. Kamen Rider's 50th anniversary is coming soon. I want 7 legendary riders to return untransformed, but that won't happen due to the passing of Riderman and Kamen Rider Stronger.
I am tired of anniversary crossovers. I'm tired of the anniversary crossovers. I want to see just a regular series that doesn't have a cajillion, billion, million characters in it.
So, Kamen Rider 64, are you guys My Hero Academia fans? I am.
Never watched it. I've got One Piece. I don't have time for anything else.
I enjoy it. I'm still in the 2nd season, but so I'm way far behind everyone else. But I actually really do like Deku. He is so adorable. Actually, I like all the characters. I do think All Might's a little hyped up, but I enjoy him for what he is. The Russian Wanderer. The reason why gimmick happened, it's because the action figures didn't sell well, right? That I'm not sure about. I can't say if that is the case or not. I'm not surprised if that would be the case.
For what which
The reason why gimmicks happened is because the action figures didn't sell.
Sort of, yeah. That's kind of,
really?
That's partially the reason.
Oh.
That's why after Blade and Hibiki, Kamen Rider did Kabuto? Yeah, Kabuto with all the gimmicks.
See, I like the gimmicks, so I'm not going to complain.
Badra Bali. Did you hear the head writer of Kamen Rider Saber is going to be the guy? Yes, I actually talked about that at the beginning of the live stream. And the director is the guy who directed Q Ranger. I am not excited for Saber at all. Favorite Sentai final battle?
I would have to say that's probably Die Ranger for me, where they're untransformed, I think. Isn't that
Well, that's not... But, well, no, that's a few episodes before the final
I
battle.
thought that was the
But
final.
Shaddam and Rearranger do have a battle with him not being transformed.
Well, that's what I thought.
With a little knife fight. That's cool. I like...
Wow, that's cool. I feel so acknowledged. That's cool.
No, it is a great battle. I'm just trying to think. I kind of like Mega Ranger's final battle where they have to sacrifice their mech to destroy the main villain's mech. Battle. And the Car Ranger finale was hilariously fun.
Well, Car Ranger itself was great. Thoughts on the Castlevania series? I actually really enjoy it.
I gave up after season 1.
I enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to seeing more.
I was bored.
Wildcats was interesting. I actually liked the cartoon series for it too.
And it had an ending, if I recall, for the cartoon series. Ellen Moore's run on Supreme was great. I'm not familiar with Supreme.
I actually know Supreme.
Do any of you guys still keep in touch with anybody from high school? Yes.
He does more than I do, but yes, I do keep in touch with some of my old classmates. But I would say between the two of us, you talk to more of your classmates
actually,
in high school.
Like the people I talk to most, except for 2, everyone I talked to from high school, I went to school with in kindergarten.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, like I have a couple that I still really keep in touch with, but not as many as I should.
Yeah, there's a couple. Some of them, I do wonder why I even still talk to them, but whatever. Let's see. Megatron Autobot in a comic. I mean thoughts on IDW Megatron. I don't read the IDW comics at all. After some of the stuff that Pat Lee did to the Transformers comics for Dreamwave, I lost all interest in Transformer comics.
I want a Static Shock movie. Oh, God, yes. I would love a Static Shock movie, especially after watching the cartoon series from the 2000s, I think it was, or was it the 90s? Static Shock.
It was early 2000s.
Early.
Because they had crossovers with Justice League.
Yes, because the Static Shock cartoon, I'm surprised they didn't do more with it because it was such a great series and a very relatable character, which is one of the reasons why I'm happy they did the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse movie, because it's such a relatable character. Why not take advantage of what you have?
Brendan, does anyone here watch MTV? Assuming you mean music TV when it was actually music TV? Yeah, I used to.
I was alive when MTV initially started, so I
think I was too.
Yeah, because it was 84. No, 83.
So I was one-ish.
One-ish. But yes, I occasionally, if they have like kind of nostalgic things, I'll watch MTV, but any of the reality TV shows and shit like that, really no.
Kaiju, and if you got from Shay Smithers, if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend Lock and Key by Joe Hill.
Oh God, yes, I love Lock and Key.
The comic or the Netflix series?
I would say both.
Oh, I didn't know
actually, no. I know the comic. I don't know the Netflix series, but I would say both just to go with it. Lock and Key is great. Well, I like Joe Hill. I think he does his dad proud with writing, because he does some. If you've ever seen the movie In the Tall Grass, it's also on Netflix. He helped write that movie, and he did such a great job with it. It had a lot of the elements of what you see from King, as well as his own creation. So yeah, I'm one huge fan of Joe Hill.
Can you do Hayden Christensen's Anakin's infamous lines impression?
No.
I hate sand. It's all coarse, and it gets everywhere. It sucks. This is terrible. I'm going to use my Jedi mind powers.
No, you should just do no.
I'm going to use my Jedi mind powers to make you love me.
Okay. Yeah, he's a dork. Sorry, I haven't said much. Don't worry about not saying much at all, my dear.
Watching a stream on my Switch while my phone recharges.
I know that feeling. My phone is always
Speaking
charging.
of which, that guy messaged me about the Golden Frieza. He decided to buy a cheaper version after he bought mine off eBay. So I had him cancel the auction so I could get my final value feedback.
Where can I watch original? I think original Hunter x Hunter. I think the original first season's on Netflix right now. First season or two.
I have no idea.
Or
is it Tubi?
No, it was on Netflix.
Okay.
Besides, I've had a bit of a bad. I'm sorry you've had a bad week. That's terrible. Please message us if you ever need to chat. Gel Lime?
Gel Lime.
I don't know.
Yahime Santos. Keeping up Akira Major thoughts.
We're so far behind.
Yeah, we're at episode 8. We've just been busy. We had all kinds of stuff happen, and we've been trying to keep up with Ultraman Z because that one has a time limit to watch the episodes on. And then we recently watched Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex and started the Netflix one. So once we're done with the new Netflix series, we're planning to start moving on Kira Major. Last episode was when Red hijacked the purple train and said, and when Garza says, "You will not do this again," Red says, "I'll do this as many times as I need to."
See, the way it's written, Keeping Up with Kira Major, I'm like, Keeping Up with the Kardashians? And I'm like, that would be a great title for a video, Keeping Up with Kira Majors. Just saying.
I can see those happening. I would love to see a Deathstroke, Blue Beetle, and Green Arrow DC movies.
I would say Blue Beetle would be easier to do.
Well, like I said, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. But it has to be more silly. Can't be the grim, dark DC.
It would have to be like Shazam, where you kind of have like that level of humor.
But even Shazam had its grim, dark moments.
I love Shazam.
Oh, I loved it. I'm just saying that. But Green Arrow, I don't know if I would ever want to see another Green Arrow if it's not Stephen Amell. Because even though the series went as it went on, Stephen Amell for me is the definitive live action Oliver Queen. Thoughts on Transformers, Energon, Superlink? I only watched. It actually is.
I thought you watched Energon.
No, it's Cybertron or Galaxy Force. I watched. Well, watched the whole thing too. I watched the first 10 episodes of Energon, and then the last 15 episodes of Superlink.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was, not that good. It kind of still had the same problems Armada had, where it was just slow moving. But I did like the Galvatron design when he turned purple, I think it was Megatron in the U.S. both forms. But I think in Superlink it was Megatron when he was gray, and Galvatron when he was purple. I could be wrong on that though.
Darth Madara.
But here's nothing non-Toku related. Are either of you fans of Looney Tunes?
Oh yeah, I love.
And if so, who's your favorite character? Mine's Yosemite Sam.
So I would say between the two of us, I'm probably a bigger Looney Tunes fan than you.
Okay.
You like Looney Tunes, but I don't think you like it as much as I do.
I love Looney Tunes. I would buy the whole series if they would release them on Blu-ray.
See, my favorite character in Looney Tunes is actually Daffy Duck and then Bugs Bunny. I think the reason I like both, Bugs Bunny, he's the ultimate troll, but Daffy Duck, I actually like him just because he is so sarcastic all the time. But my favorite Looney Tunes cartoons, though, are actually the ones where they do gadgets of the future or the world of the future type thing.
The TV of the future.
Yeah. I like those types of episodes because you're you watch them now where none of that still exists. It's kind of like watching Lost in Space. So that's why I enjoy.
My favorite character, can you figure it out?
Elmer Fudd.
No.
You are such an Elmer Fudd. Your favorite character? I know it's not Porky Pig.
Nope.
Actually, I don't know who your favorite character is.
Meep, meep.
Why am I not surprised?
Roadrunner. Followed by...
Not Taz.
Yeah, Taz.
Oh, I was thinking of the name for Tiny Toons.
That's Dizzy.
Dizzy, yes.
But yeah, Taz.
Why am I not surprised? Because neither of those characters can sit still. And truthfully, when he's doing these live streams, this is the longest he really sits still. Unless you're marathoning something. But even then, you're fidgeting.
Not. You're the one that... You can't even sit through a show for 5 minutes while fidgeting and having to be on your phone
You're going to reset your password.
I will sit there and watch 20 episodes in one sitting without fidgeting once. I will play a video game for 20 hours without fidgeting. So,
Maji Ranger review, please. Yes, I agree. What's your introduction to Toku? Mine is Samurai.
Power Rangers counted, which it does. Well, I can't believe it's almost been 10 years since Samurai aired. I know Samurai is not the greatest. Technically, no.
So if I looked at the American adaptation, my first introduction was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because that came out in 92. But if I looked at the Tokusatsu, 93. So if I looked at the Tokusatsu side, I think the first series you showed me was
Gal Ranger.
Yeah, Gal Ranger.
Well,
which I really didn't enjoy.
Which was my first... okay.
Because we watched that as it was airing.
This is how it goes. Technically, if you count it, my first Toku was Godzilla 1985. Because people do count Godzilla as Toku.
Really?
So, yeah, because, special effects.
Well, I guess my first Toku would then be
However,
the same thing.
My first Toku series would be Ultra 7 because I was watching it in 1990 when I learned about it through that toy line that came out. and Super Inframan. So technically, I watched those before Power Rangers even came out. But Mighty Morphin was, and then when I saw an advertisement for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I was sold before I even knew what the show was about. I just saw the toys. I read the whole synopsis about the toys, and I'm like, cool. I'm watching this thing as soon as it airs. 3 days later, I saw a commercial. And I'm like, boom, sold.
I'm not surprised.
But it was weird because they called Godar in that advertisement Fly Guy. Because apparently that was his planned name at that point in time.
I'm so happy they didn't go with Fly Guy.
But it was also funny
that's a
because
90s
in the
name.
magazine it says, and then in October, a Green Ranger will be introduced with a Dragon Zord. I was like, oh, cool. There's going to be a Green Ranger. And then people are like, oh, my God, there's a Green Ranger? I'm like, yeah, I read it in that advertisement before the show even came out. Okay. Maji Ranger review, please.
We already read that
Oh.
one. Trust equals.
Waspinator, do you mean?
What are your thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7-0 movie? Haven't watched it. Or
I don't know anything on sevens right now. I didn't even know there was a 7-0 movie.
7 maybe.
Oh,
season.
he means season. Yeah, I haven't seen sevens at all. Looney Tunes, really enjoy Taz. The Tasmania video game was also pretty awesome for Sega Genesis.
Huh.
That was a very frustrating game. It took me 3 times renting it before I could finally beat it. Because the last level was a freaking pain. Did you see the trailer for the new Kamen Rider PS4 Switch game Memory of Heroes?
I think I have. I just don't
You
remember.
haven't.
Oh, I haven't?
No, it just came out the other day.
Well, I thought we saw one when we were watching something online that they saw a trailer.
No.
Oh, okay. Then
No,
maybe it was Ultraman.
Yeah, that's the Ultraman game when we watch Ultraman Z.
Oh, okay.
I have seen it. Yeah, it looks like a Kamen Rider game. My problem with a lot of those games is you're buying it for the name, not the quality of gameplay.
Is it coming out to the States?
It's going to have an international edition that will be online that you can import.
On the subject of Yu-Gi-Oh, like Duel Monsters, GX was okay, 5Ds I love, Zexal sucks. Still haven't seen Arc V or Vrains. I haven't seen... I think I stopped at 5Ds.
I watched all those. And no, we did watch the first 2 episodes of Reigns because that was when they went into the virtual world. It was like Tron, and we were bored with it. So after 4 episodes, we're like, we're done. Which the series also had 1 million clip shows.
So
is this water?
Yeah. I love having a Switch. I want more games for the Switch. So if there was but I can't buy an online only game. I'm kind of limited on that. Sailor Moon Varnish was too lame. Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3 review coming anytime soon. Yes, Guillerme. If I pronounce your name right.
Well, sometime soon. I just scheduled before this Q&A the Sailor Stars review for Tuesday afternoon at 5:30. But there's some weird things with some of my live bits. For some reason on my computer, and it's my computer, not the file, it has a black flash for like a millisecond, then goes back to my live bit. And it's annoying, but I can't fix it because it's actually permanently into the actual recorded file on the memory card. Okay, but yeah, Sailor Moon Crystal at some point I want to do. Oh, wow. There you go. You just screwed it up. Wow, you suck at this. Now where were we? Okay. Wildcats cartoon. Wow, there's a lot here. So we need to move quicker on some of these questions.
Well, if you move, I'll go.
Hold on. Wow, there is a lot of
Here, watch out.
What? Oh, here we go. Wappinator, Taz.
Oh, you have a mouse. That would have helped me.
I tried to tell you I was using the mouse.
Can you go up a little bit?
Oh, there we go. We're at the Sailor Moon review. Okay, Vrains. Vrains. What do you think of Dragon Knight, and do you prefer it over Ryuki? No, I do not prefer it over Ryuki.
But I like Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight had good ideas, but it didn't have the production values to go with those good ideas. Like the sound effects budget and music budget were terrible. They barely had a presence at all. And in a show like that, you need the music and sound effects to have a presence. Do you guys look at Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and a couple other monsters like anime shows such as Pokemon clones?
No, actually I don't. There are some that are Pokemon clones that I legitimately do think are. Don't remember the names off the top of my head, so I can't comment. But Digimon, I thought from the fan base that I know, because Silver Quill, one of our friends, loves it, it seems like it held up on its own. And same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know there's a few other really, because Zatchbell, I really enjoyed as well.
Dragon Knight was good, at least better than Masked Rider. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, it was. Guyver is underrated.
It's very true.
Have you seen Attack of the Super Monsters? I have not, Scorn.
Have you watched Guy King anime? I
have not watched that one either. Badr Bali, the Time Lords doing horrible deeds isn't new. Remember how they moved the Earth in order to stop aliens from stealing their secrets?
Yep.
Actually, no, I don't remember that.
I've heard of it. Yeah,
I've heard of it, but I don't. We've never watched that story arc.
I like Digimon Love Adventures, though one is better than two. Tamers is great. I've heard Tamers is really good. I haven't seen Frontier or Data Swag.
I think it's supposed to be Data Squad.
Oh.
Are okay, but I haven't watched anything else beyond that. Let's see. Nolan Ueno, have you watched Ultraman Mabius, Max, Dyna, Gaia? If so, do you recommend them for newcomers? I have not watched any of those Ultraman series. When we were going to watch Max and Mabius, Crunchyroll took them off. And at this point, there's no point in even watching them, since eventually they'll get releases from Mill Creek. Darth Madeira, oh yeah, I recently bought a video camera, so I'll be doing my own reviews eventually. Cool.
That is going to be awesome. I'll look forward to seeing them. He's the reason why I do any of my reviews.
NG, he meant by New Gen Ultraman.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what the question was anymore, though, back at the top.
Cybercops is a 90s show. I'll have to look that up.
Okay. Has anyone watched the Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
The Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, the Season 0 movie. I don't remember if I watched it. I think I did, because Kaiba had brown hair in that one again instead of the green hair he had in the series.
Okay. Also, Kelly, I didn't call you Krelliga because it's a cruel name, and that's how you know it's Naruto. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Russian Wander.
By the way, I posted on Facebook earlier. I heard a really good, I know a really great trickle-down economics joke, but I'm not going to tell you because 99% won't get it.
Oh, Jesus. TMNT Fan 84. Yes, you like something.
Do you know if there are any PS3, PS4 Kamen Rider Ultraman games that can be imported and have English subs? As far as I know, none of the games have subs.
No.
They can be imported because there's no region coding on them, but there are no subtitles. I haven't watched Season 0, is what Darth Madeira is responding to randomness for the Yu-Gi-Oh!
My favorite
Kamen Rider Henshin polls.
Oh God.
Mine's black.
Well, yeah, it's because you suck. I would say my favorite pose.
No. Actually, I like Mutsuki's in Kamen Rider Blade.
That's what I was going to say.
When he does the whole, like...
Because he was exactly who I was thinking. So, yeah, Mutsuki from Blade.
Because when he does the whole putting his head down with his hand, as if he's touching his face.
Yeah, no, Mutsuki is my favorite character in Kamen Rider Blade, so...
Was it only in Japan? Oh, I'm assuming the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie. You mean,
I think so, yeah.
It was on YouTube recently.
Oh, really?
Thank you. Don McCullough, should we know that the origins of the Daleks got screwed up too, and Genesis of Daleks is the top account and trumps the Daleks from Doctor Who's early years? Genesis of Daleks is like one of the best Doctor Who stories, period. Hi, Krellica. Thanks for recommending Le Portrait de Petit Cosette. I loved it.
Oh, that's great, Scorn. I've always enjoyed that movie just because there's so much psychological.
Yeah, he's the one I told you that goes to Detour.
Oh,
he was in the horror panel and my panels.
Yeah, well, I'll be making some more new panels that I hope you'll enjoy too.
And we're planning to be a detour next year. So all the plant panels we were going to do this year that weren't going to be a detour because we weren't going are going to be a detour next year. So the Heroes panel, my Sailor Moon R,
and I have
Crystal
a couple
Season 2
of
panel.
other panels I'm thinking of rolling out.
We just have to make sure they're all an hour in length.
Another horror panel. I need to do more horror. Everyone needs to love horror as much
I
as
want to do it. I want to do a History of Ultraman panel. I just don't know if I'll do it next year since I'm backed up on the panels I didn't get to do this year.
Lothor or Tauzant?
Tauzant. Lothor is
Tauzant.
Hurricaneer.
Oh, because I'm thinking Lothor from
Ninja Storm, the Luchadore.
Oh, I'm thinking of Lothor.
No, not Voltron. Lothor from Ninja Storm.
Okay, Tauzant. Yes, yes.
Luchadora rejected dude.
Yes, Tauzant. Okay.
Who is one of my least favorite Power Ranger. The only villains I hate more than Lothor is the Slug dude from Lost Galaxy and the Miser Brothers from Operation Overdrive. Oh, I call them the Miser Brothers. They're the Fire and the Ice dude.
Yep.
Who I'm expecting is just going to start singing the Christmas
you mean
song.
the old classic Miser Brothers?
From the Christmas, from the
claymation ones.
Yeah, from the Santa Claus. That's what they make me think of.
Okay, now I'm not going to be able to see the Miser Brothers the same way. I do agree with Miss K&K.
About developing JW's Doctor Who. I gave up on her first year, came back for her Dalek story, and the Master's Return.
The Master's Return I actually really enjoyed because they did a whole spy thriller for it. Favorite Star Wars video game? I've not played any of them, so I can't answer.
I've only played a couple, but my favorite Star Wars video game is the Star Wars level in the Tiny Toons Buster Bust Loose video game. It was a cool level.
All right, let's move on.
But okay, so fine, a real Star Wars level.
I was going to say.
I've only played 3 Star Wars games. I've played the fighting game on the PS1, Tira Knights, I don't remember. The beta to the online game for the recent ones from EA, and a little bit of the Unleashed one. So I'd say the Unleashed game would be the best.
Has anyone saw the Dark Side Yu-Gi-Oh movie? They remade season 0.
Yes, I like the Dark Side movie.
Have you seen the Daleks' Master Plan?
I'm assuming that's the 12-parter from Hartnell's era, which I have not. We have not seen that.
Who is the best, Colin Baker, McGann, or Troughton? I would say Troughton.
Oh, wait. Daleks' Master Plan. That might be the Peter Cushing movie that just came out on Blu-ray.
Then probably not.
Either way, we haven't seen it. Colin Baker, Paul McGann, or Patrick Troughton. There's only one good one of those, and that's Patrick Troughton.
Which character type do you enjoy, don't enjoy? So the character type I really enjoy is, well, I like, I would say my favorite character type is usually the villain character type or some villainous type trope with it. Character types I don't enjoy are Mary Sue or I can't remember the male version of it. Where everything comes to him without any effort.
Character types I hate. The high-pitched, bubbly, hyper, super, happy, nothing can go wrong character. The characters I like, the charismatic, psychotic type.
Oh. Oh, God, now I can't remember his name from Psycho-Pass. Makishima.
Yeah, Makishima.
My top 5 favorite Doctor Who are McCoy, Tom, Troughton, Pertwee, and Hartnell. Very good ones.
We watched Pertwee's entire run earlier this year, which was pretty good.
I will agree with you as well, McCullen. I would take Capaldi over Smith. I like both of them, but I would have to go with Capaldi.
Well, I think Capaldi had a better...
Personally, I want to hug Capaldi every time I see him because he's like that grumpy old man. Zexel sucked.
Yes.
Yes.
The second Guyver live-action movie stars David Hayter. Yep.
I think 4Kids One Piece had good music and the VAs were good with it as well. It could be worse.
Well, some of the VAs they did carry over. Funimation did keep because they kept Sean Shamel as King Wampo
Mhm.
because he did a good job with Wampo, and it sounded like the Japanese version. Love the second live action Guyver movie.
Shaman King, yes, I'm familiar with Shaman King. I actually really enjoyed it.
I like the manga, and I'm interested to see what they do with the new anime adaptation that's going to be 100% faithful to the manga. Do you have a guilty pleasure? Mine is Operation Overdrive's theme. It's so bad, it's funny.
Oh, I have tons of guilty pleasures.
I don't even know if I do.
You're not a guilty pleasure sort of person. You like what you like and you hate what you hate. If it's a bad thing that everybody thinks is unanimously bad, you typically go that same trend with them. Not that you're following their trend, but
No.
okay, what does everyone else in the world think it's bad that you enjoy? Because that's usually what a guilty pleasure is, in my opinion. Because I would say guilty pleasure for me, if I had to go on theme songs, ooh, that's going to be a hard one. Guilty pleasure for me, I'll just go out there and say I like yaoi anime. That's my guilty pleasure.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
drawing a
really a
blank.
guilty pleasure type person. It's kind of sad.
Zach Cazzo needs to not exist. I know, right? It needs to die.
Hasbro.
No, running around naked. Hasbro hates Sentai. Zeo King Silver. I think Deku Ranger was okay, but I found some characters annoying and thought SPD was a bit better with characters, more fleshed out and relatable, and like the main villain. More. Check out my review. SPD is my favorite Power Ranger series. I love the characters in that. I love the villains. Deku Ranger, there are some aspects that Deku Ranger I'm enjoying a lot more now than I did when it first aired. Like I watched one episode yesterday. One of the episodes I watched had Hoji, which this episode was freaking amazing because
You've talked about this like a dozen times.
I told you about it yesterday.
Yes.
Because it didn't have any big battle. There was no mech scene. It was just a story about Hoji and this guy that's killing women. And there's no final battle with the Rangers. It's Hoji's the only one who transforms at the end, and he doesn't even fight the monster. It was pretty awesome. It was different for Sentai. But I do think SPD was the better show. But I'm liking Deku Ranger a lot more this time around. Darth Madeira, I know, right? That's why Hasbro and Toku are breaking ties after Dino Fury. I don't hold that true. I don't trust that source until Hasbro says it's true. My theory is if for some reason it is true that Hasbro is not going to do Sentai anymore, the only way I could see that happening is if Toei told Hasbro they're ending Sentai with Kira Major or after whatever next year's series, and that was going to be it. That's the only way I could see that happen. There's no way Hasbro would have spent all that money to buy a franchise and then just drop it. I don't care for Hasbro anymore after My Little Pony Friendship and Magic ended.
I can appreciate that. A lot of people kind of lost interest after that. Do you think Ishiro Honda should be celebrated as one of the most important amateur or auteurs of Japanese cinema? I feel people tend to ignore him compared to his peers like Kurosawa and Ozu.
He definitely should be in there with Kurosawa and them.
My favorite Sentai Ranger is Yellow Owl from Jetman. I love Yellow Owl. I think he is very underrated.
Except for when you have him suddenly in love with Kaori for some reason, even though he's a girlfriend early on in the series.
Are you guys Marvel versus Capcom fans? I'm not a huge fighting game person,
It's
so
not a bad
I can't
series.
say.
I liked the one on the Dreamcast. I'd say that Fies is the Die Ranger of Kamen Rider. I'm saying they both have a lot of past and future actors. Well, that part I could see. Capcom is fine. Darth Madeira, yeah, you'd think Hasbro would do something good with the show about heroes in colored spandex as they do about transforming robot aliens. And they've only had Power Rangers for not even 2 years yet. So you got to give them some time. Like for the toy lines, even their Star Wars Black series was really, really not that great at the beginning. And now they're better than the figure arts. I hate Power Rangers now. Power Rangers has always been up and down, though. Worst Toku villain, like the total crap in every way. Yeah, that's Zamigo or Don Horror Gavin. Oh,
yeah.
Don Horror and Gavin was so worthless.
Have you heard that Yu-Gi-Oh has a kaiju archetype? Yes, I did hear that.
I think Beast Morpher, I think Beast Morphers is better than Goanger. I've heard that from a lot. We only watched the first 2 episodes and it got lost behind life. Also, have you heard that Ultraman shows will be on Shout Factory streaming service on November? Yep, and that's pretty cool. Nice to see that Shout Factory's trying, even though they didn't have the license to release Ultraman physically, that they're still trying to be the go-to Toku company. Let's see. Has anyone heard of the Ninja Boy Rantaro? It has over 2,100 episodes.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Nope, too long for me.
Berserk is a manga. Anime.
Yeah, I've read.
I have not read the manga for Berserk just because it was too much for me. Not too violent, because I like violence, but that sounds terrible. But I like the original anime. I really have not watched all of the new movies, so I can't comment on those. But I like the original anime.
Funny enough, I stopped reading the manga at the same point where the original anime ended. Everyone who was born in the year 2000s most remember that old boomerang music and toys we all wanted. They still sell them, probably. Yeah,
I will say, well, that was kind of the reason for Boomerang, is because they were trying to, it was actually kind of a similar reason for Nick at Night at the same time. They were trying to remind individuals who didn't watch these shows as they were originally airing what they were about to still kind of make money off of them.
You see the Marvel Disc Wars anime. I've watched clips. Nope. Speaking of Berserk, thanks for recommending it. It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. YouTube limits my words. Oh, that's from Doctor Who, I think.
Yes.
Plus, the Hunter by Hunter voice actor died from him. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Because he was I think
he was in Full Metal Panic. No, that was a different actor.
No. That's different.
I know.
He was he
also died of cancer, though. So
he was in One Piece. Am I thinking the wrong one? I can't keep track anymore. Every voice actor I think has been in One Piece at least once at this point. I thought you were swearing with the beeps on your Battle Fever J review.
He actually really doesn't swear all that much in reality. It's actually pretty impressive how little he swears.
Keiji Fujiwara, rest in peace. Dino Thunder was great. Muzzlegog was an epic villain. I love Muzzlegog. He's one of my favorite Power Ranger villains.
Oh yeah, I remember Muzzlegog.
He's probably second to Astronema.
Because that's Auber Ranger, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because Tommy was in that.
Yes, but Muzzlegog was badass. Most recent Sentai never takes itself seriously anymore, and when it tries to take itself seriously, it does something to completely ruin the moment. Like you had in Ryu Soldier. You had all this seriousness going on, and then the guy showed up in the brown armor and was just like, "Voo voo, oh okay." Seto, was that his name? I watch Hunter by Hunter on YouTube. Search it up. Leave Bowser as he is. Bowser, I think from Mario. Agreed on the Darth Madeira. Too many anniversary crossovers.
Yes.
I don't care if you get hate for this. I prefer Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel over Carol Danvers. Never was a Carol fan.
Truthfully, the only reason I care about Miss Marvel is because of Rogue.
I was going to say, the only reason I care about Carol Danvers is because she is what gives Rogue her powers.
Exactly. Outside of that, because Rogue is my favorite Marvel character, so without Carol Danvers, I wouldn't have Rogue, but that doesn't mean I'm a Miss Marvel fan.
I like Kamala Khan.
I don't know her.
She's basically the modern day Peter Parker.
Oh, very cool. Okay, I'll have to look her up then.
Because
sounds awesome.
Because the comics were written because she's a teenage Muslim in modern day, trying to be a superhero and balance life. Kind of like how in the 60s, Peter Parker was a high school student trying to balance life and being a superhero.
Well, that's interesting to also put the religious aspect into it, because there's so many political, racial issues.
But
that
yeah,
come up
I
with it.
actually like her in the comics I've read with her in it. I like her as a character. Deku is a good kid, I feel, but Kugo needs to grow up a bit.
Yeah, Bakugo is.
Oh, that's My Hero Academia.
Yeah, Bakugo. Yeah, Bakugo, I want to give him a hug just because I think he needs a hug. He also needs a bitch slap too, but I'll give him a hug.
Although most of the recent Sentai have interesting ideas, including Q Ranger, but the execution was sorely lacking. Yeah, it's like Toei gets an idea and they think that makes their show suddenly great because they have one idea in there, when the rest is just playing safe zone and stuff.
I agree with you though, Randomist. It does seem times like it's just a long toy commercial.
You mean like Carnival Mode?
Hey, I love Carnival Mode. I'm not saying it's the best damn thing ever. I just love Carnival Mode.
Do you miss Super Sentai being serious for once?
Yes. Which everybody apparently agrees with.
Exactly, yes. I miss Super Sentai when it was serious. Now Super Sentai is just like for 10-year-olds now. I don't even say that because ratings are so low for the show. 10-year-olds aren't even watching it.
I've never seen My Hero Academia, but I'll watch it at some point. In fact, many anime shows I need to watch. I will agree. The reason why I watched My Hero Academia is because a lot of people had actually given it some high praise. There's a lot of people who've overhyped it, but there was a lot of people who actually legitimately gave it good praise that I wanted to give it a chance because similar to Black Clover, I like those hero shows, especially the ones where I guess that's another kind of character trope I like. I like the ones that actually have to fight and work hard to really earn their place.
Oh, okay.
What?
Well, I was wondering because sometimes I've seen that people, when they do live streams, they'll have the question that was asked that they're answering to appear on the screen at the bottom as like a subtitle. So I was looking to see if there was any way I could do that with these comments.
You might have to do that there.
But
pop out chat.
No, that's pop out of the chat.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to play around with it.
The other thing I have to learn is how we can do if other people when they do interviews where they would have like the other person show up on the screen.
Mega Ranger and Car Ranger are nice.
Yep.
Wildcats cartoon was nice as well. I agree with that.
Even though they kind of dumb Voodoo down for kids.
Has anyone heard of Magical Circle Gulu Gulu? No, I haven't. Castlevania got better in season 2 and 3. I will agree.
I got better.
Should I start learning Chinese or Arabic? I would say if you're going to learn either language.
Chinese.
Yeah.
It's going to be more important.
Yeah, it's going to be vital because logistically there's 6 billion people in the world who speak Chinese. So I would say if you're going to learn Chinese, I would go with Cantonese over Mandarin because Cantonese is more of the traditional version.
Cantonese is what most. And even if the characters are going to be the same, they're just pronounced differently. So worst case scenario, if you're talking to someone in Mandarin, you could write down the characters and they'll know what you're trying to say.
And one of the other benefits to learning Chinese is even though some of the characters may differ a little bit in Japanese, you actually have a leg up when you start to learn Japanese because there are certain characters that transfer over as well.
Seems the whole guns removed from Looney Tunes issue didn't last long because the new shorts are great.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch some of the new shorts because if they take out the guns and they make it where it's still fun, I don't.
The problem is though, it's a streaming show on HBO. There's no reason they should be taking things out of it.
Well, never mind. Do you think Deku and Araka should end up together? Actually, I could see that happening, honestly.
What is your top 5 Sentai? I can't answer that because I actually have a video on my top 11 favorite Sentai shows that I need to edit once I get Sailor Moon Stars out next week. So you'll just have to wait till that video before I answer that question. But his top 5 for Pokemon Trainer says Car Ranger, Die Ranger, Time Ranger, Go-Go 5, and Mega Ranger. I can tell you that all 5 of those make my top 11.
The Russian Wanderer. I think Kelly is older than you.
Yep.
Nope. I'm 27.
No, you're not.
No,
27 plus.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No, I was, to be quite honest, I was born in 1980, so I've been around for quite some time.
Agreed at Boundary Bali. I'm sticking with old school Looney Tunes.
Yep, I agree.
Did anyone hear of the Disney Channel shutting down outside the U.S. because of Disney Plus? No.
I wouldn't be be surprised though, because cable television, at least from what I've looked at, is not as popular as it is here in the US. And they actually do that with a lot of other streaming services, because I know in Canada they have a streaming service called Crave, which we can't get all the television shows they have on that streaming service unless we do that.
All right, we've got Fan-Made Productions, which is the first time I've seen a question from Fan-Made, so welcome. Have you heard of Filthy Frank? And if so, what is your favorite video? Mine is prank calling Sesame Street. I've heard of Filthy Frank. I am not familiar with.
I haven't heard from him, but now I'll have to watch it. Should I start watching The Hills on MTV? God, no.
No. In the words of Shia LaBeouf, no.
Okay.
Hey, what time do we have to leave for Chris's?
I would say we have to be there by 3, so we got a little bit of time.
Okay.
I don't feel like watching Sailor Moon Crystal. I know it's faithful to the manga, but I prefer the 90s anime handled the villains. I agree. I actually prefer the 90s animes over Crystal
And
the manga. And having reread Stars as manga, I don't know if I'm gonna, and I love Stars as an anime, and I don't know if I'm gonna like the adaptation.
We'll watch them though.
Oh, we'll watch them because you're a completionist. But I don't think I'll enjoy it unless they actually kind of change it up a little bit to make it the pacing work too.
Ugh. Well, and being that it's in movie form,
yeah,
they're not gonna fix the pacing.
Did anyone hear of the Untamed? I was recommending it to you guys because I got recommended it from
TikTok. From it on TikTok.
What?
The Untamed.
Is it a horror movie? Want to see Sailor Moon and the Cardcaptor Sakura crossover.
I think everyone's been wanting that for like 2 decades.
Yeah, no, I think everybody wanted that even back in the 90s. Unfortunately, it'll never happen because one is Toei and the other is Clamp. And if you think Toei is very protective of their properties, let's introduce you to Clamp.
Yep. All right.
I like that. Never gonna happen. Yeah.
I saw both Cardcaptor movies. Pokemon Trainer. How have you guys been doing? I've been tired helping my dad with his job, though my 16th birthday is happening in 2 weeks, and I'm excited. I still like how Kaiza Day is a month after my birthday.
So being home a lot more is challenging, I will admit, compared to some of our other friends that are living with their significant others. We have not wanted to kill each other. I work from home 100% of the time now, so I think that has changed.
I work from home.
It sucks. I will say helping your dad with his job, whatever that may be, is not fun, especially when you're a teenager. I hated working as a teenager. But happy 16th birthday. That's awesome. So that means you are either a sophomore or a junior, depending on when you started. That is really cool. And hopefully you get to do something fun.
What you're saying, he couldn't get like bumped up for being smart or held back for being dumb?
They don't do that any longer, and that's a terrible thing to assume. But no,
well,
happy birthday! Say happy birthday, damn it. 16 is awesome. Well, you didn't care when you turned 16. I cared because I could drive legally.
Yeah,
that sounds terrible to say it that way. I started learning to drive when I was 14, but I can learn how to drive legally.
But yeah, have a good birthday.
Happy birthday!
Energon Super Link is a chore to watch. The CGI is horrible in the anime. Hey, it's better than some of the CGI in some of the other animes now.
As far as Looney Tunes, mine would be Wile E. Coyote. I like Wile E. Coyote.
And Roadrunner. Oh my god, I think we're almost caught up.
Did anyone remember when Nickelodeon had that 2010 logo that... Oh!
Nope.
I think I remember that. Personally, I prefer classic Nickelodeon. One of my favorite shows from classic Nickelodeon was You Can't Do This on Television, which nobody remembers.
Hey, more people probably remember that than Secrets of the Hidden Temple.
I remember Secrets of the... I love Eureka's Castle, too, which was, fun fact, created by R.L. Stine.
Mm-hmm. Beep, beep.
Hey, Krelika, have you seen much of Demon Slayers? It's probably one of my favorite currently airing anime, along with Attack on Titan and My Hero. I've heard of Demon Slayers. I have not gotten a chance to watch it, but I've had a ton of people, including yourself now, recommend it. So it's probably going to be the next thing on my watch list.
The Tasmania show was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I love the Tasmania show.
Ojima Jo Dorome. Don't know that series.
Are you ever going to review season 1 of the Netflix Ultraman show? If not, why?
Well, I did a quickie review. I can't do a regular review of it because it doesn't have a physical release, and I will not use illegal copies for something that is legally available in America. That's why I won't touch the Kamen Rider shows right now. The Shelf Factory is streaming because they're legally available. Well, Daffy's my second favorite Looney Tune character after Sam. I love Sam because he's the closest to taking down bugs, even though he still fails. Plus, he has the best quotes out there.
Does.
I like Yosemite in the movie when he's the Sultan.
Oh, yes.
Or is it the Sultan when he's the Sultan?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Now I can't remember.
I also like Foghorn Leghorn, but that's because he's...
My Toku introduction was Inframan and Ultraman Towards the Future. And yeah, it just jumped. Wow. Okay, we weren't anywhere close to caught up, and now I've lost the place. Wow, how far back are we?
Yeah, you can see by that line right there.
I know, but holy crap.
You passed.
Okay, I'm seeing familiars.
Yeah.
Just quote.
So.
Here we go. Okay. Did you watch the Sinner Ultra 7 of the TNT Tunes Till Noon in Monster Vision? I watched whatever Ultra 7 dub was on TNT. It would be Monster Vision because I had to record them because it was like on at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. But they always seem to reshow the same 4 episodes over. The one with the plant monster from episode 2, the first part of the King Joe 2-parter, and 2 others I can't recall right now. Seasons 2 and 3 of Castlevania are awesome. In my opinion, the biggest mistake was the Kamen Rider roll call in Saban's Masked Rider. I've mentioned this before, but when will you cover Turbo Ranger? Whenever Wandering Moonbeams finishes subbing it. They are at episode 37, which they released 33 to 37 back in April, which was their first release since July of last year. So I'm estimating, based on Wandering Moonbeams, we'll probably get Turbo Ranger done in about a year and a half. So probably in about 2 years. I really hope it doesn't take 2 years.
I think Dragon Knight was good. The villain was good. It had potential. The music sucked. I love Digimon and see it as its own thing. I agree. I see it as its own thing. I don't see it as a clone. I think the only reason people will consider it that is because they came out
around the same time.
Yeah.
I actually like the theme song for Dragon Knight. The rest of the music was meh. Zatch Bell was the only anime that ever made me cry.
I love Zatch Bell. I actually heard,
and that one was from Daniel Alberto, who I haven't seen a question from yet.
Hi, Daniel.
And we've got another one from Tyrant Greghead. What were you going to say about Zatch Bell?
That I think they're remaking it.
Not that I've heard. I heard they want to.
Yeah,
but
that they want
to. Have you watched Kra? The Sea Monster is a core of the Invader. Have not.
Ooh, you have new movies to watch.
I think Digimon Frontier is good. Data Squad. Original name was Sabers.
Yes, I think I've heard.
Sorry, I can't spell today.
Oh, please, I can't spell normally.
It's technically this chat is a social media thing. Don't even worry about it. I'm not going to grade you on your Well, wait. That's misspelled and that's grammatically. Oh, no, I don't. It's fine. I'll try to give Dragon Knight a watch since it did interest me a few years ago, but I may give it a chance.
It's worth a one-time watch, if nothing else, just to at least say you've experienced it.
How do you feel about Toshiki Inoue nowadays, who went from beloved writer of Jetman to the polarizing later day of Kamen Rider shows? And also forgot to tell you, I'm a recent subscriber. 94 Evangelion. Oh, well, first, thank you. Welcome. I think Inoue got lucky with Jetman. I think it's not that he was a good writer to begin with. I think he just got lucky because I
don't know what he's done recent.
Well, he did Vice. He did Amazon season 2.
Wait.
Kamen Rider Amazon
No.
season
Let's stop. Okay, Fives was okay. Kamen Rider season 2 was a
For
dumpster
Amazons.
fire. Or Amazons. That was a dumpster fire. A dumpster fire.
He did that Shogeki Goregon show that had Black Condor in it.
A couple of the episodes were good. Okay.
Basically, if there's a love triangle involved, he wrote it.
But thank you for joining us, 94 Evangelion.
Glad you approve. From Darth Madeira, Renminus. I saw the season 0 movie on YouTube. Awesome, good. Daniel Alberto. I've mentioned this before, but will you cover Turbo Ranger? I hope you just saw my answer for that from someone that just asked. Or it might have been you. Have you guys tried Kamen Rider Climax Fighters? We have not. Why New Gen Ultraman Rock? Because Orb and Axe were well written. The characters were great, interesting aspects. I like in Orb and even in G the continuous story plots.
So I think the new Kamen Riders won't be in English because that would take a lot of time to actually hire all the voice actors to dub them. And it's so much quicker to just sub and release versus dub and release. So I think we won't get any English voice actors for it. I think the reason that we got for the one Garo movie was more of a...
It was a movie, so they could market it to theaters.
Yeah, so they could pump it out a little bit
Have
quicker.
you heard of a YouTube channel named Troom Troom? Have not.
Just wanted to share, Shay Smithers, just wanted to share with you my favorite anime in no particular order. DBZ, Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. All excellent series. I have watched all of them multiple times. I actually recently watched Yu Yu Hakusho, and I actually need to rewatch it again because Hiei is my favorite character in that show.
And we still have to wait for Funimation to release the OVA.
I know.
And it'd be nice if they would do the movies.
Lothor sucked as a villain.
Yep.
Yes.
Scorpius, the Lost Galaxy villain you spoke of. No Slug. Yeah, I hate Scorpius. Ugh.
I've mentioned this before. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just covered
Star Wars is overrated. Yes, randomness. Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, the original trilogy.
Finally, somebody.
The original trilogy is flawed, but it's not overrated.
It's overrated.
It revolutionized cinema.
Overrated.
Okay. Motor and Florius were the Overdrive brothers. For the Miser brothers.
Yes.
Hell yeah, the Force Unleashed 1 game is good. There were some great old Star Wars games from 2000s and 90s I do enjoy. What social media do you use?
So I am terrible at social media unless somebody's paying me to do it. I am on Facebook as Kelly Kane. So, or I'm on
Twitter is Kurelic.
Kurelica Kane. So either one. I am trying to post a little bit more. Like I said, if somebody's paying me to do it, I'm usually good at it because I have a schedule, but my own personal accounts, I'm terrible.
The Star Wars game you were thinking of is Star Wars Masters of Terrakasi. Yes. That's exactly what I was trying to say, which he knows from the Angry Video Game Nerds review of it.
I'm just looking at it.
As for movies, I haven't seen a lot, but what I've seen, Akira, Ghost in the Shell 95, Princess Mononoke, Nazca, Valley of the Wind, and Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Once again, you have really good taste, Shay.
Yeah, he's got Princess Mononoke in there.
I'm ignoring that. I'm just thinking he's got Nausicaa, he's got Akira, the original Ghost in the Shell movie.
If you haven't seen them, check out Redline.
Oh, Redline is one of the last fully cell animated movies.
It's the last hand-drawn anime movie. But Redline is amazing. Also, an OVA series that's in movie is like 3 episodes all on one desk. Petite Cosette, Le Portrait de Petite Cosette that we were talking about earlier with Scorn is amazing.
I would say if you ever get a chance to watch Pet Shop of Horrors, it's a 4-part OVA anime.
Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
I like the original too.
I can't watch the original after I read the book.
I still like it though.
I can't. I just can't.
See, this is why you don't have guilty pleasures.
The book ruined the first.
See, this is why you don't have guilty pleasures. Actually, no. I know your guilty pleasure. The Shining made-for-TV movie.
I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, but everyone else hates it, but it's a guilty pleasure because you're still willing to watch it.
Okay, if that counts, then yeah.
So, what do you like better, Mesogog compared to the Abba Ranger? I would say Abba Ranger, but I can't remember Mesogog all that much.
We just talked about Mesogog, the leader from Dino Thunder.
Yes, okay, yes. Sorry.
I actually do like Mesogog better than Desmoperamisia, Desmodoria, whatever the hell his name was.
So, least favorite Toku writer. I actually don't really know the Toku writers by name, so I can't comment on that. You probably have tons, and you actually know them a little bit more.
No, I don't know them all by name.
Name a character from any season.
Let's just go with the writer from Ninja.
Name a character from any season of Power Rangers you don't think deserved to be a Ranger.
Justin. I hated Justin and Turbo. Turbo, the kid that became the Blue Ranger.
Okay, yeah.
But then again, Turbo was just a mistake. Why would you go from the most powerful crystal in the universe to car power? And why would Zed and Rita spend all that time to get revenge on Mondo and the Machine Empire, saying, haha, we're back, if they were just going to sleep the entire time? It doesn't make sense.
Anytime I go off screen, it's because he scares me. So I really enjoyed Star Wars Dark Force.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I've heard of it.
Oh, I know which game or book. I can't argue on that. It's overrated from the start. Nothing can go wrong character.
Yes.
What's your least favorite type of anime? Mine is harem anime. They are annoying and have the same boring protagonist, though I did like Data Live. My favorite anime is Amagi's Brilliant Park. Okay, so I agree and disagree all in the same comment with you. My least favorite anime type is harem anime. However, I do like reverse harem animes. So that's the hard part. Another guilty pleasure of mine would be reverse harem, where you have the one female character and a whole ton of guys. But like Love Hina, Chobits, any of those. Oh god, I hate harem animes. And Tenchi Muyo, except I do like Ryoko. Least favorite anime
type.
Harem anime, hentai, romance anime.
Go to hell, romance anime. No, romance anime is good.
And
romance anime is like, I love romance anime. I have way too many romance animes. Now, if you show me a live action romance movie in America, I hate it.
The animes that have the the adults loving children.
Well, yes, that's terrible.
And incest animes. Incest animes are also gross.
Oh yeah, incest.
Bokinger or Overdrive. Definitely Bokinger. No, we've still got some time.
Oh no, I had a pop up on my watch.
Oh, okay. We're losing people. We're boring them. We're down to 17 now. We hit 25 before. Okay. Smith and Capaldi are my two favorite new doctors. Pretend it was my first doctor. Cool.
Oh my god, stop.
Okay. I want Star Wars to end.
No. Okay.
Favorite male character and female character from Run Half. Can you just pick Rama and have them both be both?
Actually, I was going to pick Rama because I do like the female and male version of him.
Okay. Do you think it sucks Troughton's episodes?
Yes.
Well, it sucks that any episodes to any TV series are missing. Not just Troughton. It just sucks for anyone that's had their history deleted because of wanting to keep a budget and have tapes on hand and just ugh.
Okay, live action One Piece. I am a little afraid, but they're doing live action everything these days.
Name a Power Ranger character. Oh wait, we just did those.
A guilty pleasure for me are the Star Wars prequels. And that's a fair one. See, that's a guilty pleasure.
Gotham would be another guilty pleasure. Yeah, I didn't like Gotham.
I actually liked a couple episodes Gotham myself.
SPD that was Sky, Jack, and the Commander Kruger show. It kind of was. But I really like the development Sky had with his dad and everything. SPD is better than Deku Ranger, just saying. Deku Ranger is good in its own way, but I found the Red Ranger a bit annoying. Total hothead, and I like the SPD that captured the villains and the monsters. I did. Yeah, but funny enough, Bond doesn't annoy me as much anymore because I think he's tame compared to the likes of Lucky, Daigo, and all of that. I think Hasbro's going to keep doing Power Rangers. It's too soon to end it. They pay too much to just drop it. See, that's my thing. They wouldn't have bought the franchise just to drop it.
Well, it's kind of like the same argument people have been having with Disney buying Fox. They're like, oh, they're never going to do a Deadpool movie because Deadpool's too violent. That's a lot of money to buy for a property as well as to present on your property and not do anything with it.
He doesn't. So Daniel doesn't like the casting of Beast Morphers,
and that's fair. We've only watched a few episodes, so I can see how. So I'm still wary. It's hard because a lot of casting choices.
I can't agree randomness on Hasbro going downhill because their Marvel Legends toy line has been killing it. Their Marvel Legends toy line is just phenomenal and some of the best. Probably the best toy line currently out on the market. Period. Raita Yellow Owl being lumped into the love triangle made me prefer Domon because Domon's romance worked. Yes. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy
Friendship is magic.
Despite not caring about My Little Pony before that. Ninja Boy or Taro is on Netflix Japan if you guys are wondering. That's cool. Season 4 with the end of Sailor Moon. Season 4. From Juan Gomez.
That would be Supers.
Right.
So he probably doesn't like stars.
Oh, okay, I've got you.
Yeah.
Not in a Toku mood because of Hasbro Toei rumors, but I agree, want confirmation from either Hasbro or Toei. Yes. I don't think they'll ever give it done until it comes to that. Nowadays, like I said, if it's true, it's because Toei's planning to axe Sentai, which, given that they keep starting Kamen Rider with 5 riders now, they might as well just do so. Nowadays, the only old and classic shows that are airing on Boomerang are Chowder, code name Kids Next Door, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I think that's because since HBO is now part of it,
taking everything.
They're moving a lot of what the Boomerang.
I miss Chowder. I want another Go-Go 5 or Rescue Day Sentai series. I enjoyed Rancic a bit more than Astronema, mainly because the actor who played him. I liked
Rancic's actor.
I liked Rancic's actor. I didn't like the characterization for Rancic. I didn't buy his redemption in the last episode where he just suddenly turns over.
I am looking forward to the last season of Sailor Moon Review. I just watched his quality check, and the amount of fun he had making jokes of it is pretty impressive.
Oh, I had fun.
In my opinion, the recent recasting of Power Rangers season is too superficial and doesn't promote the theme of anyone can be a hero. I will agree with that because that was the one thing I really appreciated about the original series is that they had so much diverse casting and there's a lot of history for.
They weren't always pretty boys.
No, they weren't.
But even Sentai and Kamen Rider have that problem nowadays.
Well, exactly. Yellow Owl was probably one of the last, I would say.
No, because we still had throughout the entire 90s, they weren't always pretty boys.
Okay. If Kamen Rider was adapted into a franchise over here in America, should it be named Mask Rider or Power Rider?
Mask Rider.
I would say Mask Rider.
But I think they should just keep it Kamen Rider. Don't even need to translate it.
I'm far behind the Beast Morphers. I think I stopped at season 1, episode 8 because of the hiatus. I'll try to catch. Yeah, I agree.
That's okay. We at this point, I see no reason to watch it until all the episodes are out on Netflix for both seasons.
Did anyone remember when Beyblade did them spin-off series? I actually don't know the spin-off series
for Beyblade. It. I'm not sure Kamen Rider should be tried to be made into something for the West. Best leave it. Don't need another Masked Rider.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah, in all honesty, I think there's enough of a fan base in the States that you could get away with just having it streaming subbed rather than trying to do an American adaptation.
I think Super Sentai needs to get a break 5 or 10 years. I agree. Sentai should take a break and come back for its 50th anniversary. This way they can refresh the writers, refresh their talent, find new people to give new ideas, and go with it. And the other idea is that they need to cut it down to be in half-year shows like Ultraman does. Bakugo needs a good old-fashioned anime bright slap.
Yes.
How about a Wong slap?
I would go with a bright slap.
I hate how all long-running Toku anime are now just straight up bad. What are your top 10 composers in kaiju movies? Or did someone else ask this question? Top 10 composers. Ooh, that's hard. Otani,
I thought Ikube.
Fukube.
Fukube.
Oh, Fukube would be in there. Otani, who did GMK, the Gamera trilogy, and Gundam Wing for anime. Mishru, whose last name escapes me now, who did the Kiro movie soundtrack and the first Fullmetal Alchemist series. And she did the Sailor Moon live action, I think. Kikuchi I like because of his work in Dragon Ball, not because of Gamera. Sato for some of the Godzilla movies was pretty good. That's hard. I would need to look up more names to see who else has done music other than the ones I already know by name. Which Toku series do you think overstayed its welcome? Sentai.
I found many of the pro heroes
annoying and don't know what a real hero is, and I don't like the system.
I think for Power Rangers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that it's supposed to be Power Rangers.
Yeah.
The girl, the character, just like how far Deku comes, needs more bone. I can see that. Pokemon trainer would like the actors for Battle Fever be the same as their countries instead of being all Japanese, except for Miss America 1, who we couldn't do anything. I think it would have made more sense had they actually been.
Well, they proved with Kaku Ranger that you could get an actor from another country. Yes, he was of Asian descent, but he was American.
I think at least for Battle Kenya, it worked for him because even though he was Japanese, he lived in Kenya for his childhood. Magical Circle Guru Girl was a manga then anime in 1994, back in 2000 as a movie, and back again in 2017. Do you think Sentai needs a break like Rider and Ultraman?
Yes.
We just talked about that. Yes, 50th anniversary. It was dubbed in Cantonese and Italian. Yeah, that's cool. I've mentioned this before in one of your reviews.
Yeah, you already read that.
Yeah, okay. Which you probably asked because far behind. What do you guys think is the best Precure series? I've never watched Precure.
I like Pretty Cure.
Sentai question, do you think a sequel to a past celebrated season would help the ratings? For example, maybe a sequel to Jetman and the Old Cast and also Inoue. I don't think having a sequel would fix anything. I think it would actually ruin those shows as are. I am learning Japanese before Chinese. What do you think about the whole doing a past Sentai show sequel?
It depends on if they can get all the characters back. Because a lot of characters actors, yes. Because a lot of the actors have either retired or sadly some of them have taken their own lives or have died for other causes, situations. So I think it could be a little bit of a challenge, but I think Jetman would be an interesting one to see, especially with the 4 remaining ones, to see how they have adjusted to their lives after losing such a pivotal person in their lives.
I wanted to see a Die Ranger sequel, but that can't happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Time Ranger, Deca Ranger crossover movie.
So the challenge with learning Japanese before Chinese, from what I've heard from others, is sometimes the characters in Japanese, because even though they look the same, are so different. I've heard doing it the reverse is easier, of learning Chinese before Japanese, but let me know what happens when you're going through it.
Crystal is in my opinion, wanted to be Brotherhood.
Yes.
Yes, just didn't do it right. Pop Arena uploaded a review of the anime series Mapletown for his Nickelodeon retrospective. I saw the anime, thought it was a sequel to Palm Town, and is more popular over there. I am not familiar with any of those.
Neither am I.
Randomness, thank you. Time to pray to the gods. MTV The Hills gets canceled. I don't get the hype.
No, honestly, I think MTV, since they're not doing music videos anymore, and truthfully, YouTube is the place to go for them, I actually truly think MTV has overstayed its welcome. They were important in the 80s and 90s, and early 2000s, but once the internet really got bigger, I think the necessity of MTV was gone.
Do you think Sailor Moon and Sailor Mars should have been a couple? No. I think it worked just as it was. Let's see. Ryan.
Honestly, it's hard to have those as couples just because they're so different.
I laughed a lot at your Son Vulcan review. Even a bad series becomes a great in the reviews of Kaiju no Kami.
Yes.
That's because
No, it's because you got lucky.
you know.
I forgot.
I forgot I was going to say the anime had like 6 movies in the 80s till 91. What is your favorite Digimon?
Devimon.
Piedmon. Or Black War Greymon.
Hi everyone, Sky Crash. Hi, Sky Crash.
What time do we need to go?
I would say we need to leave about 2 o'clock.
Oh, even with going to Target?
Well, we can go to Target after. You don't need the cookies then.
No, I don't. No, that's Walmart. I want to go to this Target before we leave.
Oh, our Target?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently we're going grocery shopping. Well, if we're going to do that, then I need to get something while we go. So yeah, we can do that beforehand.
Okay. Because I want to see if they have the Age of Apocalypse.
The Age of Apocalypse.
Okay, anyway, fingers crossed the Genity. Did it just scroll? Hold on.
No, you were right.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Sky
Gennady.
Crash. The Gennady Tartakovsky's Popeye movie will be made since it's back in production. It will be because Popeye is my second favorite character. Superman is my favorite. I've had mixed things on Popeye. I'd be curious to see what he could do with it.
See, I remember the original Popeye live action movie with Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall.
Robin Williams was in that?
He was Popeye.
I don't think he was Popeye.
I swear.
I don't think that was
Give me your phone.
I don't recall that being Robin Williams. I got an email from my dad, and he said that my school will be starting from August 24th instead of 10th.
That's good.
Well, good for you. My school district, I don't know what's going on with my school district. But all I know is I told them I'm not subbing for the first, 2 months of the school year. I saw an Inuit.
Bam, bitch. Sorry.
That's Robin Williams?
Yes.
Holy crap.
I saw an Inuyasha Glass movie. I saw an episode on Netflix. I haven't seen the newest season of Inuyasha, but I really do like Inuyasha.
The final act.
Yeah.
And now we'll have the new future.
It was Legends of Hidden Temple, not Secrets. Finally, at least Zeo King proves that people do remember it. So,
Up and there's but there was another one that just said Legends. Oh my God, we're so far behind. We gotta keep moving.
You want to switch with me?
No.
You went too far up. Oh
No.
wait, no, you didn't.
No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Because I haven't seen the Legends of the Hidden Temple in the bowl. There we go. Okay, I remember you can't do it on television. I like Demon Slayer, Total Brutal. One final question: from '94 Evangelion? How do you feel about Showa era Ultraman shows compared to the modern new gen stuff in terms of themes, visual style, and characterization? It just depends on the series. It depends on the series. Some I like better. I love Ultra 7 because it had besides the camera work, it had a weirdness factor to each story. It wasn't formulaic, and I like that the new Ultraman shows aren't as formulaic either. They're a lot more story driven. Sometimes they do go overboard on showing off the gimmick, but it is what it is. I don't like when they try to do CGI in place of something that a practical effect could work just as easily. But I don't think there's a big difference. I think both eras of Ultraman try to give their all. Unless you're Ginga's first season, then that was just...
And Juan Gomez, thank you for letting me know it's on Pluto TV because I'm going to have to check it out. And never have to apologize for anything. Never say sorry. I say sorry enough for everybody.
Big Bird, Grover, Elmo.
I would say Grover in a heartbeat. Of those 3 Sesame Street characters, who would you say?
Big Bird.
Really?
Yeah. Elmo's creepy. No.
Grover's awesome!
Yeah, I don't know. I never really liked Grover.
Okay, I don't think I could be with you anymore.
I liked Cookie Monster.
I can't be with you anymore.
Did anyone remember Mermaid Melody Pitch Pitch?
Mm-mm.
Ultraman Towards the Future was my first Ultraman show I watched. PBS Kids has a show called Don't Look Now, which came from the creators of the writers of
You Can't Do This on Television.
It
Really?
Does Not Last Long, and that would benefit You Can't Do This on Television. Speaking of Attack on Titan, what do you guys think of Attack on Titan Junior High? Never watched it.
No.
We almost got a dub of English Mermaid Melody. Cool. The enemy
I'll have
is
to look
so
at for it
underrated.
then, because I like anything different.
Same wish people need more. Same wish people talk about it more needs to get a
For
season
Jewel
2.
Pets.
Oh, okay. Turbo Ranger got the year when Big Bard and Grover was celebrating the big 20th anniversary.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You are right with that.
Game of Thrones season 8, people remembered it. Elmo, Yatsura. The anime had 6 movies. Game of Thrones season 8 sucked.
Yes.
While the rest of the series, I actually felt like Game of Thrones started to fall apart in season 5. Actually, no. I thought Game of Thrones started to fall apart in the middle of season 4 during Tyrion's trial, and it just kept going. And then season 7 was kind of a thing, and then it went.
I want Sony.
The problem was not what HBO was smoking. It was HBO even offered to give the 2 writers 3 seasons to do the ending instead of 1 season, and they told them no. They then said, we can give you 10 episodes, and they said no.
Urusei Yatsura, I think it did start in 1983.
Urusei Yatsura.
Yeah, because I think that's another.
Shut up, Yatsura.
I'm trying to think if that's by the same Rumiko Takahashi.
I want Sony to properly release the 2003 Astro Boy movie and episode lineup.
Yeah, written by Yasuko Kobayashi. That's why I thought Kobayashi wrote season 2.
Amazon season 2 is Kobayashi. Wait, no.
Yeah. You told me that. That's why I was surprised when you said it was Inoue.
I thought Inoue did season 2. Kobayashi did. Okay, whatever.
Do you think... Yes, we talked about that one from Daniel. I haven't watched HBO's Watchmen, so I
have no interest in Watchmen. I didn't even think the comic was all that great, really.
Toku, I think is overrated if we had to go on specific series. I think if I went with Kamen Rider, it would be Black.
Overrated Toku. Deno. Okay, so Jetman, I can totally get why someone would see it overrated. The thing with Jetman is Jetman was the first Sentai show that made the heroes be characters rather than just one-dimensional caricatures. It was the first time they didn't act like a team. They didn't weren't like all working together right away. So that's why Jetman really got popular, is because it revolutionized Super Sentai and Toku in saying that we're going to make the heroes be legitimate characters, not just one-dimensional pieces of paper that fight monsters.
So I will agree with HBO Max. I have a hard time justifying the cost, especially such a high cost for it.
Metamorph.
I actually prefer Tubi over Pluto, but it's because I don't watch Pluto all that much, but I love Tubi.
Where's Sentai Mentor?
That I'll have to leave to you.
Master Header from Gosager.
How?
Actually, no. Actually, the grandfather from Ninja, because he didn't teach the kids anything.
No. Okay, Kaiju would have been 1 when Urusei Yatsura came out.
Star Wars Original Trilogy was great. It shows how great the movies can be without relying on CGI. As someone who's been a fan of Star Wars since 2008, I admit the fan base can be crazy and insane. Oh,
yes.
Star Wars is probably the most toxic fan base out there. I have been a fan of older Star Wars movies, just garbage, the remaster of Power Rangers, Temper Ninja Kick, prior Ninja Q. Okay. Brotherhood, Sailor Moon, Crystal, wanted to be, yep. What top 3 theme ideas?
Greek mythology would be awesome.
I still go with the underwater theme with the marine type series and the fire demons flying to burn the world. I
haven't seen the Beyblade Metal movie.
Let's see. Dragon Ball Super Raleigh was the first anime I saw at cinema. That's cool. Seeing your first anime in the theater is always awesome. My first anime movie in theater was Princess Mononoke.
Mine was Spirited Away.
And then I saw Ghost in the Shell, Innocence in theater. After that,
I think I saw that with you, right?
No, that was before. I don't know if your favorite. Yeah, someone asked about Filthy Frank already. Don't know. Haven't watched him.
I like. Okay, guilty pleasure movie. The Grinch is great.
I thought episode 9 for Star Wars is the worst atrocity of Star Wars history. Justin was okay, Turbo was bad, Divatox sucked as a villain. It also didn't help that they changed Divatox's actress twice in the series, because you had her movie actress, then the first half of the TV show actress, and then they brought the movie actress back. And I know it's because the movie actress was pregnant or something, but still, it's just horrible planning on their part. First-person shooter game for Star Wars Dark Forces. Yes, I remember that then.
I don't know enough about Beyblade because I only watched the one series to say which is my favorite. So I
agree on
comment
this.
there.
That's what I mean. Why do they exist? Because people like to be disgusting. People who like those are just disgusting. I agree. No live-action One Piece. Leave One Piece alone. They will ruin it. Yeah, it depends. If they follow the manga to a T, then I think it'll be fine. But that requires them to follow the manga to a T.
Smallville, I've heard, is a good series, so I would have to watch that.
Never watched Smallville, but I do know Flash's voice actor was Lex Luthor. Ninja Boy Wataru. The real final question: how do you feel about initial modern Doctor Who with RTD as a showrunner? We rewatched everything modern Doctor Who last year, and I thought it wasn't as perfect as it was the first time we watched it, since it was our introduction to Doctor Who in 2009. But I thought it still lived up for the most part, except for Matt Smith's second and third seasons.
Oh yeah, for
let's see. What's an unpopular opinion you have? For me, fighting anime is somewhat boring. I can agree. I like live action fights more, though I prefer Toku over fighting anime. Yeah, fighting anime like Baki the Grappler and all those.
Except for JoJo's. Don't touch my JoJo's.
I mean, I like Yakusho, but sometimes even that drags on. Even though they did a good job of not stretching things out needlessly like Dragon Ball did.
We can't be together anymore. Release Deadpool 3 under Touchstone. Yes, I think that would probably be a good thing to do. I know there's plans for Deadpool 3, but there were so many people who were freaked out that wasn't going to exist. And yes, I actually use my VPN to get a lot of foreign television channels.
Why do you hate the Batman movies and series from the 60s? Because they're terrible, they're campy, they totally miss the point of the character. They don't have most of the villains done properly. There's no Clayface, and yeah.
I do remember Chowder. I couldn't get into Adventure Time nor regular show.
Favorite Power Rangers voice actor? His is Bob Papenbrook, and Richard Epcar is also his favorite. Michael McConaughey, I loved his voices in Power Rangers.
I would say Bob.
Bob Papenbrook. Well, he did a great job.
And we're friends with his son, so I guess it's a personal thing too. But what?
He misses Adventure Time, a regular show.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They recast the Yellow Ranger. In MPR, they did.
That's because she passed away.
No, that was before.
Oh.
No, I didn't know they recast Ninja Steel. That's weird. Beyblade was spin-off.
Yeah, we've seen Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. We both enjoy it for what it is.
Sentai needs to take time off. Are there any Cantonese songs I should start listening to?
I would just listen to. See, I just look for random music and I just listen to that.
They had a chance with an overweight Power Ranger with Kyoru Cyan, but didn't cast an overweight actor.
Nope. I was a little disappointed by that when I found out they weren't going to be reciprocal for that. But there was an American guy in it. No, he was Canadian, who was Kyoru Cyan.
Yeah, because he's also Shinken Brown, and he was recently in. He was also in Caesar X or Just Do Riser. Caesar X, I think.
And I do love the original Ben 10 series.
Bakugo needs a butt kicking. Needs to stop.
Yep. He needs to stop seeing Deku as a villain.
I'm going to go back to watching original Ben 10. Sia randomness. What's Sentai?
No, he just meant.
Oh, I actually gave up on Ben 10 when the third season came in for Alien Force, because that's when Ben suddenly started acting completely out of character from the previous 2 seasons, and it just didn't have the same. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was the same writing.
Which series deserves a 10 years later? Geki Ranger. Never get it.
Time Ranger. Well, I guess it's past time. Time Ranger would need a 20 years later return. And
I have not seen the 2013 version.
No, we have not. That's when they did the redesigns.
I've heard Madoka Magica is really good. I haven't watched it, but I will say that Gaim was incredible.
So he likes SPD better. Why is MTV called MTV when they're no longer
They're called Media Television Network now.
Yeah. Oh, I just jumped. Okay, we're getting close to having to leave, so I'm going to try to answer as many of these questions as I can. Have fun grocery shopping. Well, it depends if they have my Marvel figures I want.
Yeah, I just need to get random things because we're playing board games tonight.
I opened a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And fun fact, I opened a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and one of the names cards was Virus. No reason, but I had to tell you. My first pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards I opened up, I got the Shinado.
I was so pissed. You got like an ultra rare card. The first go around.
The first pack I ever opened up. Yeah, I got Shinato. So I played a fusion deck for several years.
Oh my god, but you spent hundreds of dollars on Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I still have those cards because I can't sell them. Nobody wants them. Your thoughts on Ellen from Ghost? Didn't watch Ghost past episode 2, so I never got to meet Ellen. Each era of Toku had their own thing, and that's fine. Fair enough. What the final season of Game of Thrones? I hated. Hersey deserved worse. Cersei, yes. Yes, she deserved to die worse. I actually enjoyed Jetman for what it was, though I still love Die Ranger more. Well, Die Ranger is just perfection. I wish Gundam Wing got more love and got a reboot more faithful to the manga. Worst red, blue, green, black, yellow, pink Sentai Rangers. This would take some time. Worst red, Lucky. Worst blue.
I'll defer to you.
Anyone for the last. Basically, the answer to these is anyone for the last 10 years. But Lucky is the worst red. Oh god, definitely the worst red. Actually, the worst yellow would probably be the first yellow from Bioman. Worst pink, if you count her, the equivalent would be the first Miss America. I once said Jew Ranger is bad, but looking back at it, Jew Ranger's all right. I've had series like that where I thought it was bad the first time, and then I go back to it and I was like, huh. In fact, it's happening with Deku Ranger right now. Female Rama characters are too different. Araka would know more on that. Yu-Gi-Oh! On motorcycles, 5Ds. Yes, it is nice when there are tough fanboys in the Star Wars fans who aren't as toxic. But the fandom itself is very, very toxic, which is sad. But then even the Toku community is starting to get toxic, and we don't need that in the Toku community. I feel like cartoons nowadays are just pieces of garbage. I can see that. I kind of agree, depending on what it is. VRB Fighters and Fire Force Meet the Rescue trilogy. Terrible movie. Sorry, guys. I'm reading these comments. I'm not going to call them all out. Are you fans of Voltron? It depends on the Voltron series. I like the Japanese versions and the Netflix show. Old school Voltron. Didn't care for the... I didn't like Voltron Force, and Voltron 3D kind of sucks. I want Kamen Rider to be more standalone. I gave up 10 years after the reboot of Alien Force, and Ultimate were just garbage. Time Ranger was a face of mine. Hey Kaiju, what was the most recent Marvel or DC comic you read? I'm halfway through Scott Snyder's Batman run. I've been loving it. I just finished last night the Morbius Omnibus that collects all the Morbius comics from the 70s, from his appearances in Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Vampire Tales, and Adventures into Fear. Did you ever take the hot dog bun out of the freezer?
Last night.
I completely forgot.
So I guess you won't have a hot dog then.
We'll just take one out of the freezer and put it in the bag. But yeah, so I just finished, like I said, I just finished reading the Morbius run from the 70s. I enjoyed it for the most part. It wasn't Marvel's best work. I've been reading a lot of Silver Age and Bronze Age comics more recently because I don't like the modern stuff. I've read Silver Age Flash last year. I read most of the Stan Lee run for Captain America. I read all the Stan Lee Jack Kirby run for Fantastic Four. I think next I'm going to do the Frank Miller and Klaus Janson run of Daredevil. I have done the Jonah Hex Wild Western Tales run from the 70s. Spider-Man, I've read the Clone Saga more recently for Spider-Man. Let's see. I keep forgetting Texas and Colorado are an hour apart. That's right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're an hour ahead of us.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead.
Remember, I was hired for that area.
Dai was great. I mean, Dai is great in Japanese. Yes, it is. Great Ranger. Yeah, so many fan bases are toxic. It's kind of sad, but that's what happens when you intermix people together. Because there are toxic people. Are you planning on seeing the MC movies on Disney Plus? No, because I own them all on 4K.
Yes, that was a nightmare.
We actually had just because we bought a 4K TV back in May and rewatched the entire MCU in 4K on disc. But we did watch The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, which was quite good. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. The best Star Wars thing since Rogue One, which was the best since Return of the Jedi. I'm back with a new question. What is a Toku hero you wish existed?
In real life?
Yeah, in real life. Toku hero you wish existed.
Shrukinger.
You say Shrukinger?
Yep.
Probably Kamen Rider Ichigo because he stands for absolute justice and he'd be embarrassed by what is going on in the world. We need a real hero to fix the world. If Jetman got adapted, would that mean the Blue Rangers would get gender swapped? I don't think so, because actually no, they didn't have skirts in Jetman, did they?
No. I don't believe so.
No, because they usually would have kept 2 female Rangers in America, so I think they would have kept blue and white as female.
Well, because they did with Bozzy Ranger, they left the female be female.
Well, that's if Jetman had been the first Power Ranger series. I think they would have kept it as is. There's going to be a new Demon Slayer movie. I don't know what hot sauce has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what hot sauce. There was an episode about hot sauce cards. Huh. Interesting. Was it a hot episode?
Really?
Wish they did another Sentai like Time Ranger. It's one of my favorites. I totally agree. Rest in peace, Stan Lee, a magnificent man. When it comes to comics, all I can get are modern stuff since the gold and silver, bronze, and dark ages are hard to come by. I pretty much buy
Very expensive to come by.
not that expensive, but I can see that depending where you live. That's why I buy the omnibuses. I can't do modern stuff. Comic books are dead. Why do they still even exist? Does anyone remember Toys R Us? They haven't been dead that long. Although my Toys R Us got turned into a wine store.
Whine about it.
So I think everyone's tears from the store closing is now being sold there. What Sentai do you think would be a good first sequel? Time Ranger?
Yeah, I think Time Ranger.
I'm saying that following Blue Rangers would be gender swapped. Oh, I see. So he's saying that, do you think they would drop, if Jetman had been the first Sentai, would they then gender swap Blue Rangers instead of Yellow Rangers for the next few series? Probably.
Yeah, I would say probably.
Ferret Henshin sounds. The O sounds for me. Tatoba, Tatoba.
It's a tie between that and Gaim.
What about Wizard? Please.
No, I would say, I would say between O's and Gaim.
Toys R Us is still in my town. Interesting.
Evil.
Lucky. Is there a Toku actor you wish to meet? I would like to meet Al Hamura, who played Tenma Ranger and Dai Ranger.
The guy who played Knight.
Yutaka Hirose, who was Lei Wanda in Flashman, Tronzon in Jetman, Jin in Die Ranger, and Dr. Kempu in Live Man.
I love you too, honey. You're just ignoring me.
Yes, I'm ignoring you.
Oh!
We're all oh crap! I thought we were at the end. Are we at the end? Do you know Russian? Niet. Oh wait, I scrolled the wrong way. We are at the end. Okay. How do I get Netflix Japan? I have no idea.
I would, if you have a VPN service. Okay, move over.
All right, you do this, and then
Yeah,
I
because
think
you need to get ready.
I think we've got to say bye.
Oh, as you see, all of my stuff. So if you want to try any foreign television services, you have to have a VPN. And then you have to make sure you log into the VPN for that particular country. Just like what Randomous. So if you do that, hi, Russian Wonder. Yeah, I'm finally on screen. It's the Kelly Show. Go away. Go get ready. You're like a woman. You need to move. But if you do your VPN for a different country, you can actually then log into those to be able to get into whatever you want to. The one thing to note about England, though, is you cannot watch BBC in England, even if you do it, because you still have to sign up for membership because it's a tax program. So it's paid by the taxes of everyone who lives in the United Kingdom. So the only way you can get it is if you actually pay for the subscription fee.
I'm going to microwave a breadstick real quick to have something to snack on. Do you want one?
Yes, please. Favorite Toku singer. Admittedly, I don't know the Toku singers by names. I'm actually really bad about it. But I would say most of my favorite themes actually come from Kamen Rider. I would say Gaim, Kiva, Build, 01 right now are probably some of my favorite themes.
Kiva, break the chain.
Just seeing how the two of you connect makes me miss my ex more and more. So I've been with Kaiju for nearly 20 years. And then I've had relationships prior to that because I am older than him, sadly. But my philosophy is an ex for a reason, good, bad, or otherwise. So if something happened where your relationship ended, it just means that you have more opportunities to find somebody else. I actually broke up with my ex prior to Kaiju. And that was a hard relationship because I was so invested, but Kaiju made me better. So don't look at your ex as the end of it. Look for the next opportunities. And if you and your ex come back together, that's great. Sometimes you do need that time apart. Why did the Yellow Ranger go missing during the making of the show Bioman? That I cannot say. This should be called Kaiju no Kurelika. Yes, I would take that. For Bioman, I can't say. And Kaiju is shaking his head at me, so that means he doesn't know either. Did anyone remember Bomberman?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kaiju does remember him. The talk of Jetman makes me sad as Radiguet's actor is, they did pass away. It's kind of sad. So, well, I hate to do this, everyone. It's always fun doing these live streams. Sometimes I wish we could go a little bit quicker. Hawkman91 says, hi, Kaiju. He went off screen for a moment because he is trying to get ready.
Which isn't happening right now.
Well, I was about to sign off. He's chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing some more. But we are off to do a socially distant, because that's the only way we can do anything these days, get together with a few of our friends to play board games. So hopefully you all have a great weekend. Enjoy doing something different, fun. And I want to play Jump Force.
Hi, Hawkman. Sorry that you're coming right when we're getting ready to leave. Why do we really get night scenes in Toku? I think it's just because of timing nowadays. But we will see you guys later. Also, I might do like a new live stream news report at some point this month. We'll see what happens. But until next time, bye.